Hey, chat. By the way, man, tomorrow's NBA Mafia. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. I'm very excited for tomorrow's stream. So make sure y'all pull up, man. Make sure y'all pull up. And I'm not gonna lie. Some of y'all's takes that y'all sent me, I fuck with them.
Real quick, how shouldn't you make it to where like this is just a question, a genuine question. Mm.
You
Takes
said,
as
how do you
well.
what? What's your question?
Shouldn't you have your own takes as well?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not playing. So why would I have my own takes?
So let's go through this. Let's say there's a round, right? And you gave my take to Real Talk, and Real Talk is trying to say my take.
I'm not giving any takes that I made up. I'm not giving to anybody else. Does
Huh?
that make sense? Sorry, the takes that you gave me,
Uh huh.
I'm not giving to anybody else. That's your takes. There's 3 rounds. So
So
one
who?
of sorry, what did you say? Say what you said.
Where does the fake take come from?
It comes from me. I send it to you.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I said. You're making the take. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I made the takes. I made 3 takes for each round.
All right.
So basically, yeah, I picked out who gets to be the quote unquote mafia for that round specifically. What time? 8 p.m. chat. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific, and 6 Mountain Time, bro.
So we got a couple things we got to talk about, discuss. First things first. Uh, Chris Paul, Kyrie Irving discourse. I don't know how this is a thing, but of course, niggas is just like bored, I guess. Um, Spurs extended De'Aaron Fox. Kendrick Perkins and Richard Jefferson have like some very curious and peculiar takes. And what else? What else? What else? Jason Latif says J might be the best small forward in the game. Wow. He also said that Devin Booker is the best ISO scorer in the game too. So we got a lot of things to discuss, a lot of things to talk about. Now, as you walking clearly, Jets he called out Caitlin Clark. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Now, as you all can probably see, and is the echo bad to y'all? Is the echo bad to y'all? Do y'all hear echo? Oh, y'all don't hear echo. Okay, bad. Say what? Say what? That might be a good thing for me, little nigga. Um, but yeah, the we're here. Gonna chop it up a few things. Hold on, before we continue, let me Oh, as you all can clearly see, I'm in a new location, so I did move. Part of the reason why I haven't been streaming or just been uploading in a general sense because we've been in the middle of moving. Raquel and I moved in together, and my room in particular just took a little bit longer than I originally expected to kind of get things together. So, um, we are here, and we're gonna get back to the grind for August. I'm gonna take a break in September begins, and then obviously the season begins in October. Um, Edit, view, docs. Here we go. But I'm kind of lagging.
You good on my end, so it might be them.
Yeah, on my side, I think you're good. I'm lagging. I am lagging.
I think the frame rate's like kind of slow. Like when you move around, it might look a little bit slow. Yeah, yeah, it's lagging now.
It looks slow.
It just lagged for like a split second.
Now I ain't gonna lie, chat. This is one thing that is pissing me the fuck off. We moved into this place and like the internet here is just it is connected to Ethernet cord, but the problem is
No,
that the Ethernet it's what you call it, bro. Like I had Xfinity my entire life, moved here, and like out of nowhere they're saying like, oh yeah, we now they actually do. As soon as I said, all right, so we got to cancel it, then somebody else said, oh yeah, we can. But now I have AT&T, which is the first time I've ever had it. I'm lagging again.
you lagged for like a split second. It's not like every time. It's just like
Damn,
every
bro,
couple
this
seconds.
shit is
That wasn't one of the first things that you checked, man.
Yo, what's good, son?
What's up?
I feel like that's a pretty high priority.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. All right. Damn, somebody echoing. I think it's Denver.
Uh,
Not me.
All right. So I don't even know, where did the Chris Paul and Kyrie Irving thing come from? Like, where did that stem from? Where did niggas
Kyrie
start saying
fans.
that? Kyrie fans start saying that?
I mean, you know how they be. Bro, he dribbles really fast.
Jesus.
I mean, he does.
All right, let's get into the Kyrie Irving and Kyrie and what you call it discourse, Chris Paul discourse. I'm not 100% sure where this stems from. Y'all are saying this from the fans, believing that like fans started this. If they did, that is ridiculous. I know for a fact, like most of the time, we're just in the middle of the all season discourse, so niggas just love to say dumb shit because they're bored. But I'm trying to figure, there's like any tweets? Bro, what in the fuck are y'all putting in here? There's no way some Mario with 414 likes started like this. I refuse to believe.
No,
I don't think she started it. I think it was like part of it though.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I just think y'all might just hate women, so it's cool. Some real shit. Y'all might just hate women. That's the real problem. Y'all might just hate women.
No, they're saying the quotes of that tweet went viral.
Oh, the quotes.
I mean, that makes sense. Just because this has 670K impressions, bro. It's not all about likes, nigga.
But that means that she didn't start it. Someone in the quotes did. That's what it means.
No, but without that, you're right, bro.
This is the one I seen right here.
It didn't. Oh, what's his name? Jason Timp say that. He said something.
Yeah, I saw Jason Timp.
Yeah, why is this nigga being so dense, chat?
All right, chat.
Like, chat, Low swear he the sickest, bro. Pull up to the bean, nigga.
Okay.
I'm gonna just start saying that, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, so y'all are showing me non-viral. What you call this? All right, so the timeline is fuck. I don't have my thing to kind of go back and forth. So the timeline is just mad bored in terms of what they need to talk about in the offseason. That tends to happen, especially this deep into it. But now all of a sudden we are now talking about who is better between Chris Paul and Kyrie Irving. How we got here, I don't know. I'm going to die on this hill that Chris Paul isn't better at the game of basketball than Kyrie Irving. We can argue, though. That right there might actually be a worst take. I guess you can make an argument in some capacity, but like that right, like if we're talking about the whole game of basketball in totality, there's just no way that is the case. Then y'all are saying Mario also started this. Chris Paul, CP3 is greater than Kyrie, but Kyrie is better than Chris Paul. I don't know what that. Am I blocked?
Click her.
Am I blocked?
Click her account. I don't think. Oh.
Gotta block Maria, man. Gotta block Maria. We gotta cut her out the video. Cut her out the video.
Oh.
Out the video. Cut her out the video, man. It's tough, man. And then Jason Timph had something to say about this as well.
All right, basketball takes from Alaska. I'm here in Sitka. I'm waiting for a volcano to show up. It is hiding behind all those clouds right there, as they tend to do when I'm around for whatever reason. I'm still very upset about what happened when I was in Japan and I didn't see Mount Fuji for a week. But this Chris Paul Kyrie debate is actually super fascinating to me because it's the classic archetype debate, right? Like, Chris Paul is just way better at generating quality shots for his team for entire season, series, all of the above. He's a mile. But when it comes to if I already have a superstar and I just need a guy to get buckets and raise the team's ceiling purely as a scorer, Kyrie is miles better than Chris Paul. So it just depends on what kind of team you have. They're going to be better than each other depending on the circumstance. Where it gets tricky is I do think Kyrie is a better bucket getter, a better ceiling raising scorer than Chris Paul is an offensive engine. If you're ranking them all time, Kyrie's one of the very best bucket getting second option scorers in the history of the sport. And he's demonstrated the ability to do it at the absolute highest level and win the title. Whereas Chris Paul is pretty far down the list in NBA history, but it's tricky. There's a reason why Kyrie is a second option. He's dependent on variance. Like, he made a lot of shots in 2016 and pushed that team over the top. But then you go back to 2024, or forward to 2024, I should say.
Why can I not pause this fucking video? Okay. There's no way he just sat there and said that Chris Paul is like far down the list of offensive engines. That's just like, I don't know, that's factually incorrect. And in terms of like players who are like bucket getters and shot creators, Kyrie is not like, I don't like, if we're being honest with ourselves, the reason why it's so, even this argument right here is like so disingenuous. I've never in my life heard the reason why this is close is because one player would be better at being the best player on the team and the other player would be better at being the second best player on the team. I don't really know at that point who's actually better. Like, what are we talking? You are actively telling us that one nigga is literally better than the other one because he can indeed be the best player on the team, while the other player would need a nigga like Chris Paul to play alongside him for you to get the most out of him. So that literally means that one would have to be better than the other. Y'all are overcomplicating this by a very, very wide margin. To even further educate people on like how silly this is, bro, it'd be one thing if Chris Paul was like this flawed scorer and like maybe you can get that off. But when Chris Paul was asked to be the second option next to an all-time great player in James Harden, he immediately became one of the best ISO scorers in the NBA, just like that. Literally just like that. So this argument of like what one can do and the other one can't do and this and that, bro. No, one can do everything that the other one can do. It may not look aesthetically, but one can do everything that the other one can do, but the other one can't do everything that the other one can do. None. Kyrie's not as good a defender, passer, playmaker as Chris Paul. He's had the ability and opportunity to lead a really good team as deep as they possibly could and failed to do so. And when was given that opportunity to be that player, bro, he dropped significantly in the postseason, like significantly. So I don't understand like this argument of one being better than the other. If the argument is that the conversation because one is a better number one option and the other one is a better number two option, do you hear how crazy that sounds? I don't know which one is better at that point. No, nigga, you do know. You know it, literally which one is better. You literally know which one is better.
Title. Whereas Chris Paul is pretty far down the list of the great offensive engines.
Oh yeah, this Chris Paul being pretty far down the list of offensive engines. Magic, LeBron, Jokic, Nash, Curry, Shaq, Jordan, After that, you're really dwindling down. Whereas if you just ask someone to go out there and be a bucket as a second option, my nigga, I could think of 15 off the top of my head right now that will be better than Kyrie. Matter of fact, I could think of probably 30 off the top of my head right now that would be better than Kyrie Irving, because most of the niggas were better than Kyrie Irving as first options. As first options. If you are better than Kyrie Irving as a scoring option, as a first option, why would you not be better than him as a second option? Why? Nigga, if I could have Shaq as a second option from a scoring perspective, he would be better than Kyrie Irving. He would be better. KD would be better. Curry would be better. If Jordan was a second option on a team, he would be better. All these niggas would be better. Every nigga that you think is a better scorer than Kyrie by default would be better than that nigga if they were a second. Better than him as a first option, they would without a doubt be better than him as a second option. Kareem, Jerry West, all them niggas. So I don't like this, and again, LeBron, D Wade, everyone. So hell, I would rather have AD as a second option, but that's probably has a lot more to do with defensive reasons. But Dirk, I'd rather have Dirk as a second option. If I just told Dirk, I can put you alongside an all-time. If you put Dirk on the same team with LeBron, you would rather have Dirk. You'd rather have Dirk. So, no, he would be much further down the list. Much further down the list.
In NBA history, but it's tricky. There's a reason why Kyrie is a second option. He's dependent on variance. Like, he made a lot of shots in 2016 and pushed that team over the top. But then you go back to 2024 or forward to 2020, he couldn't make a jump shot and his impact tanked. And that's why he's not as good overall as a basketball player as a guy like Chris Paul. Chris Paul's ceiling is higher as an offensive engine, and his floor is higher in terms of night-to-night impact because of what he can do making decisions, leading a team as a point guard. So in a weird way, Chris Paul is obviously the better player, but Kyrie's better at his very specific job. So it's just really complicated.
This is not what niggas trying to sound smart and educated. This is not complicated. One nigga is only good at this one specific thing, but literally everything ball, the other nigga is just better than him at. That's why it's so complicated. It's just so complicated. That's like putting Klay Thompson in conversation that he doesn't belong in because how exceptionally well he was as a second option next to Curry. We would never do that. We would literally never do that. We would literally never do that. Or that's like here's actually the perfect example. Draymond in a very specific and unique circumstance looks amazing. DPOY will go down as one of the greats in a very specific circumstance. You would never in your life believe that Draymond is better than Kevin Garnett. You would never believe that. You would never believe those things. You would quite literally never believe that. You would never believe that. So no. Anyone who believes that is ridiculous. Is ridiculous. This isn't this isn't really a take. What Carson had to say about this.
Course I see, the more I think that prime Chris Paul really might be the most underrated great player ever because he always ends up in conversations he has no business being in. Recently, we've seen both Chris Paul versus Rondo and now Kyrie pop up as major mainstream NBA debates. That is ridiculous, and that's no disrespect to Kyrie, it's just Chris Paul is the most complete point guard we've ever seen. He was a top 5 level player for almost a decade, had an extremely high peak, and has some of the greatest longevity we've ever seen from a guard. I consider him the second best pure pick and roll operator we've ever seen, only to Steve Nash. He is one of the greatest mid-range shooters we've ever seen, had elite quickness and athleticism at his peak. He's one of the best ball handlers we've ever seen, and one of the best passers. And even though he didn't have that tier 1 aggression that you get from a Magic or a Nash, nobody has ever been better at still creating high-value assists for their teammates, and a bunch of them, while limiting mistakes to an unparalleled level. The guy never turned the ball over, so his pure control of the game might be the greatest we've ever seen. That special skill set made him one of the best offensive on-off numbers comparable to LeBron and Steph. And on top of that, with his all-time great hands, elite quickness, and good strength, especially in his Clippers years, and elite defensive IQ, he was a legitimate high-level defensive guard. So, with that historic all-around impact as a top...
Why is it doing this? I'll say this when it comes to the other thing that's so interesting about the other thing that's so interesting about the Chris Paul conversation as well, we're getting so far removed from like his better seasons that I think many people are genuinely just forgetting. It just dawned on me, bro, we're like 10 years removed. 10 years removed. Clippers, bro. We're 10 years removed from that. And then more like 6 would be 2019. That was like literally the last year. The version of like Lob City that we're familiar with is like 2015, 2016. Yeah. So we're like 10 years removed from that. So like when you stop and really think about it, Chris Paul unfortunately now has another section of his career that people are probably more familiar with. And the same thing I see happen with like Dirk, Duncan, KG, the version of them that you all are familiar with, or some people are familiar with, is a much worse version of what they actually were. Like I have to continue to tell people, bro, Dirk used to run up and down the floor like he was a wing. Garnett, even Duncan was much quicker than what he once was. Kevin Durant is another example of that, where people just tend to forget what they look like in their athletic prime. And Chris Paul, bro, if you take the time out and go look at Chris Paul when he was with the Hornets in those first like 2 to 3 years when he got to the Clippers, he was extremely fast, quick, explosive, getting to the basket, really shifting the defense while genuinely being on the floor any given night, and arguably the best passer in the league outside of potentially LeBron throughout like 2008 all the way up to 2015. That is a huge chunk of basketball where Chris Paul was in a league of his own in terms of a point guard play. Like after Derrick Rose got hurt in 2011, there really and truly wasn't another point guard in that conversation at all. Like at all. And anyone even dare talking about other players like Rondo or Steph didn't really come around until like 2014, 2015. I'm talking about like from 2000 and I personally think that Chris Paul was better than Russ between 2008 to 2015. From 2008 to 2015, Chris Paul is the best point guard. The only one who challenged it maybe a year or two of Steve Nash, certainly a year of Chris Paul, but like throughout that, a year of Derrick Rose, but throughout that chunk of time, no, that is undeniably Chris Paul is the best point guard in the league, and I don't even think that it's close. So when people sit here and like bring up all these other names, it's just like grossly disingenuous. I just genuinely don't comprehend it. Chris Paul from 2007 to 2010 had legit one flaw only, and it was, yeah. That is also true. That is also true. I don't like the argument of, I just don't understand the argument of why one player, and again, we know what bro, I gotta remind people again, and I'm gonna continue to make sure people realize this, bro. We were all there when Kyrie Irving was given the responsibility of being the best player on a team. We were there when it happened, and they went into the postseason. And brother, this is who Kyrie Irving was when he went up against defense. This is it. This is who he looks like. This is who Kyrie Irving was. He was hurt. Chris Paul was hurt in several postseason runs, and he's never looked this bad. He never looked this bad. Chris Paul has never looked this bad. Never. Never, ever has he looked that bad. And then went into the other series against the Brooklyn Nets, and I think this is the year that Jason Tims was talking about in 2022, not 2024, where they went up against the Boston Celtics. And in this series, you may forget because there was probably just his overall playoff numbers in this series looks really, really good, but that's just because he had one really great game, bro. After game one, Kyrie was terrible. After game one, this is the rest of Kyrie Irving in that series. Even that closeout game doesn't do it justice to how bad he was. But for the rest of that series, he shot 37% from the field, 2 for 11 from behind the arc, and was averaging 15 points a game. That's who Kyrie Irving was. That's who Kyrie Irving was. And so if the rendition of who Kyrie Irving is as a player, and the only one that you can reference to him looking like someone that is comparable to someone like Chris Paul is when he has the privilege to play alongside arguably the greatest player of all time in LeBron, then my nigga, let's be fucking serious. And I remember when I sat there and I said this on Twitter as well, where people were sitting there arguing about, Kyrie Irving, and look what he did next to LeBron. And I said, well, everyone doesn't have the privilege to play next to someone like LeBron. Or even Malone, like with Stockton as well. Like there's a lot of players who don't have that privilege. And people had the audacity to utter their mouth about Karl Malone, Blake Griffin, and LeBron James. And James Harden. Like none of those niggas is as good as LeBron. And LeBron is the one time in Kyrie's career that most of you all are associating this argument with. That's it. That is it. Bro, I don't... Yeah, and then got to play with Luka. Got to play with Luka on top of that. So, I just don't... I just don't understand it at all. He scores a lot in isolation and self-creation. So what does that matter? It matters because he has the privilege to not have to worry about creating for others. That's why it matters. These are players who have the responsibility of creating for themselves and also everyone else at a high level. Kyrie doesn't have to worry about that. You can just give this nigga the ball and go out there and just whatever the hell he wants to do. I vividly remember when LeBron got to Cleveland and he was disappointed that Kyrie had zero assists in the game. 0 assists. 0. So no, they're not even. These are like non-serious conversations, very unserious convos. Oh man. I'm gonna have to. If it's this bad, bro, that sucks. Even if we want to, if 2018 is the best iteration of Kyrie, that nigga still is not better than Chris Paul. Yeah, if 2018 is the best iteration of Kyrie, that nigga, like if that's the best, your best bet, yeah, nigga, yeah, it's not. That nigga not better than MVP Rose. I'll hold my tongue on that. All right. There's a couple of niggas in the NBA history I think y'all overstate a little bit too much. But you know, let's not do that for y'all. Bro, if I'm gonna be really pissed if like the internet is a thing that's like fucking things up right now. I'm gonna be like genuinely upset. Let me see what Bezos had to say.
And you know how that goes. The conversations get nasty. And I'm here for the nasties, though. I'm here for the nasties. Listen, the debate of the town is Chris Paul versus Kyrie Irving. What prompted this? I don't really gone on and said anything. Chris Paul has just been laying low. He's planning his last year of his career. But this is what the NBA offseason is about, is peak highlights of like we were talking about.
No, Bezos telling the same thing I'm saying. All right, bet. All right, yeah. This is like a very unserious conversation, like a very, very, very serious conversation. Next topic. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all chat. Part of the reason why I wanted to get on this stream is because some of the most crazy foolishness I have ever seen on road tripping. Bro, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on that podcast. But they have said some of the most ridiculous things in the past couple of weeks. So, it first starts with Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins is trying to make the claim that players in today's game have to deal with adversity that may be on par with what Bill Russell had to deal with in the 50s. That is such a crazy, like, I have to hear what he's talking about.
Editor at ESPN, Kevin Merida, I believe is how you pronounce that, wrote in the Wall Street Journal last week saying Bill Russell should be the GOAT because of, quote, degree of difficulty, winning 11 championships in Boston. So my question to you guys is, should off-court adversity factor into these debates? Should we be looking just beyond stats?
Also, just as a quick sidebar before we go, I'm be honest with y'all, that's not a bad take. And I want y'all to understand, that is not a bad take. Some of y'all may not want to hear that, but that's genuinely not a bad take. I just want to let y'all know.
Your thoughts. Perk, we'll start with you.
Here's my thing. I would never take what the guys, Bill Russells, and what they had to go through for us to be able or even be in the NBA, right? For the NBA to even exist. I wasn't there. But I will say everyone's had their own form of adversity. Back then, it was racism and death threats, right? But having to battle through the adversity of fucking social media as a player elevates right up into there when you talk about mental toughness.
Fuck, bro. Fuck, man. Fuck! This is a bad take. Brother, this is a bad take. This is a bad take. This is a bad one. And Richard Jefferson's face alone lets you know how bad of a take it is.
Nah, Richard, hear me out. I get it. Like, people lives were on the line. Health is a real thing, And like we see so many guys logging off of social media, right? John Wall like talked about like how he wanted to commit suicide. Like it's a real thing. So everybody's affected in a different way. I'm not trying to put the two together. All I'm saying is this day and age, a lot of these guys are dealing with their own form of adversity, right? And people could say, oh, they just soft or stay off of social media. You know how fucking hard it is to stay off of social media?
Not that hard.
I want to know. You go, motherfucker, you go glance at social. RJ.
I'm not disputing that.
There was a tsunami that still is on its way. That's not funny at all. And the first thing we do is what? Pick up our social media. Where's it at? What's going on? What's the latest?
Okay. No disrespect to that young woman. I'm not about to hear a white woman try to piggyback off this take. I want to start by saying this. Yes, there is adversity that everyone faces. Without a doubt, there is adversity that that shouldn't even go without question. To even dare compare, however, the adversity that is seen in today's world in contrast to what was going on in the 40s, 50s, and 60s as a black man in America is a joke. I want everyone to understand. Bill Russell in St. Louis because he was in fear of what would happen to him if he played for the Hawks. Not in fear of what was going to be said about him. We're talking about black men were losing their lives. And not because, and be very wary that, of course, there was mental anguish that was going on at that time as well, dealing with certain forms of discrimination that extended all the way to someone putting shit in your bed, which happened to Bill Russell, where Bill Russell to a hotel as they traveled and tried to get off the bus and house with some of his teammates and literally could not do it because the hotel was segregated. Or when Bill Russell was not only receiving multiple death threats from white people, but also got his back turned backs from black people as well because he was dealing with a white woman. All you have to do is a smidgen, a little bit, a teensy bit of researching, and you would immediately know that it's night and day. It is night and day. They were playing at a point in time where people were losing their lives pretty often, getting beaten, discriminated against, and you are there comparing that to opening up your phone and voluntarily. There was no turning that off. There was no taking a break from that. This is a horrible take. Like, genuinely a horrible take. A terrible take. The same nigga that perpetuated Joel Embiid's MVP on racist narratives, by the way. I agree with that as well. This is an NBA champion. Not only an NBA champion, this is an NBA champion who played for the Celtics. You of all people should know. Do you think we're getting to the point where, in some instances, playing for so long starts to diminish your career in convos? Yes, I agree. I kind of spoke about that. The Ray Allen Ray Allen is actually perfect. Speaking of Adam Jones, here's Boston legend Bill Russell on racism in Boston. Also, y'all don't know this. Bill Russell, after he retired, he didn't even live in Boston. He didn't even live in Boston. He didn't even live there. He was like, I can't. Initially, however, I had the same reservation about Dr. King that I had about the Vietnam War. The white people in Boston liked him, and so I knew something must be wrong. To me, Boston itself was a flea market of racism. It had all varieties, old and new, and in their most vitriol form. The city had corrupt city hall crony racists, brick throwing, and send them back to Africa racism. Jesus Christ. This is just a bad take. Like a really, really bad take.
Keep us informed. You're right.
Okay.
No one is watching television no more.
This is what I would say. I don't believe in GOAT debates. I don't believe in them. I think that they are. Just because I think that, like Perk said, every group had their own level of adversity, right? Everybody had their own level of this. So I don't want to get into, well, we got to add this into the equation when we're talking about our GOATs. Like Bill Russell's jersey is retired in the league. What are we talking? He is retired, right? And so when you look at that right there is your legacy if you're Bill Russell. I do struggle a little bit, Perk, and I'll push it back. Sundown towns, not being able to stay in certain hotels, not being able to go in certain restaurants with your teammates, having to travel and do these other things. I won't compare that struggle of people that walked.
I wasn't trying to compare.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I believe that, yes, what the person was saying, what that person from the Wall Street Journal was saying is that Jackie Robinson had to deal with.
I want to be clear, Perk. You literally said that it is comparable. You literally said that it's up there. You said that being on social media now is up there with what they were dealing with in the 50s and 60s. That's literally what you said. So I don't know what you're talking about, brother.
Right. And Jackie Robinson was the first, and he was the person that had to deal with these things, and he should be celebrated, because if not for his contributions and tolerance and patience, like, it could have pushed certain situations back. So I'll say this. There is no GOAT debate with Bill Russell. There are other GOATs. He is. And that's the thing about basketball and its complexity is, like, you talk about as Babe Ruth, the greatest baseball player of all time, but he didn't have to play. It was still a segregated league. So he didn't have to play against pitchers and African Americans. And the reason why they started the Negro leagues is because they weren't allowed to play. So you have Babe Ruth hitting all of these home runs, and that's not to diminish his greatness, but was he playing against the best players in the world? The facts say no. It is factual that Babe Ruth was not playing against, even if you're just excluding 8% of the best players in the world, 10%, 5%. If you are excluding those players, you are best players in the world. So Bill Russell is a GOAT. NBA is one of the rare sports where we have multiple GOATs over multiple generations with multiple levels of importance to the game of basketball and its survival, whether it's Bill Russell, Dr. J in the conversion of the ABA and the NBA, Magic and Larry, Michael, Shaq and Kobe. Then you go LeBron and Steph and KD. We've always had these players that have dominated their era at a level that we've never seen, and they'll never play against each other. And yes, Bob Cousy couldn't dribble with his left hand, but of the game of basketball and the growth, he was the baddest motherfucking point.
What happened? You almost fell? You gonna come in here? Are you gonna come in here? Okay. Hold on, chat. Thank you. Okay. Oh shit. Oh man, chat. Oh man. Listen, man. Listen. When you pay the bills, you get the meals. You know what I'm saying? When you pay the bills, you know what I'm saying, chat? When you pay the bills, you get the meals, man. I don't know if y'all heard her yelling.
Guard out there. So we can look at, look at Bob Cousy compared to Kyrie. And you're like, no, that's not how it works. Bob Cousy dominated every point guard out there and won 9 championships. He was the baddest man on the planet.
No, he was. Oh man, we ain't gotta lie though. We can give him his credit. We ain't gotta lie though. We ain't gotta lie.
The time, and over the last 60 years the game has evolved where now you have Kyries and players like that. So it's like, make no mistake, if you were the most dominant of your era, and it's not saying that you were the most physically talented or skilled basketball player of all time, you know.
All right, that's the first thing. They're yapping now. The second thing was this one, where they were trying to argue who was the most talented player to not win a championship, because for whatever reason we still got. And I'm gonna spoil a little bit what's going to happen in here, but I just gotta say I am blown away by how many NBA players either ignore or are not aware of what Karl Malone did. I am blown away by it. Like, genuinely speaking, I am floored. Yeah, because Pat Bev, where's that clip at? Pat Bev was just like, whoa, I didn't know that. Whoa, I didn't know he did this and that and yada yada. I'm like, bro, how do y'all not know this? How do y'all not know this?
About when Karl Malone gets included on teams like this.
I like it. I mean, I think he's top 20 greatest players to play.
You think Karl Malone is? But what about his off the court stuff? You know, does that factor in at all?
I really don't know a lot of off the court stuff about Karl Malone.
He got a 13-year-old pregnant. Timeout? You need a timeout? A 30-second?
No, full.
Full?
I need a fucking full timeout. You wait a second. I have a question.
Talk to me.
When you said 13-year-old pregnant,
I think it was a grown-up. Let's check. He was 20 and he got a 13-year-old pregnant. That doesn't seem cool to me.
Wow. I didn't.
The kid did go on to go to the I think the NFL. Demetrius Bell was his name, but I don't think Karl Malone was in his life at all, and he said he treats it like his mom went to the sperm bank.
I want you all to imagine that not only are you a weirdo for getting a 13-year-old pregnant, not only are you a weirdo for having sex with a minor, but then getting said minor pregnant and then going on to make millions of dollars and never once actually taking care of the minor and your child. You're weird, my nigga. You are a scumbag. You're a piece of shit, my nigga. Also, food is on point, chat. Now, that then brings us to this conversation, because I don't know why, but RJ started, I don't want to say caping, but being very disingenuous about who Karl Malone was.
Talented player to never win in your eyes? T-Mac, the most talented player to never win in your eyes?
Ooh. Not even close.
That is also true. It, genuinely speaking, is not even close. No, it's not. The player, the most talented player to never win a championship. I guess technically speaking, it'd be like Luka or something like that. But we're talking about like retired players. If you don't think Elgin Baylor, if you don't think Elgin Baylor is he's won a championship, I'll say Elgin Baylor before Tracy McGrady or even Karl Malone. You can even get to the point where you're saying James Harden as well. You maybe get to that point too.
Not even close. Not even close. One of the most. T-Mac's only a year older than me. He was a high school class in front of me. I got to the league and I thought I was athletic. I thought I was fucking this. Like, go
Let
put
us know
me
how good he was. Yeah.
Put me toe to toe with anybody. And I'm not saying that better than. I'm like, I can hold my own. T-Mac was a different monster. T-Mac was 6'9.5", 6'10", long, longer than you think, wanted that smoke, had all of the skill, all of the stuff. There's not many people. I'm talking about when I was 23, I thought I was fucking Superman. There was probably only 5 or 6 guys that I felt like could actually jump with me. I kid you not, there was a ball, hits off the rim, pops straight up, me and T-Mac like it was a jump ball. I jump up, go to grab it 99.9% of the time in my life. I have grabbed that ball, high school, college, like that was a chance. T-Mac was a hand over me, grabbed it, and just looked at me. Like trying to make you feel small. He like did
That's
it.
like some Space Jam shit.
That's what I'm saying. He like, how about jump up? Like, oh, I got this. And he just swooped it and looked at me because he knew what he did. He was like, oh, you're athletic? I'm different. And I
will say this. T-Mac is a very different athlete. Damn, I know my Wi-Fi is bugging. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm sorry, chat. I wish my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna have to like really fix that. But yeah, T-Mac is without a doubt a different athlete. That
T-Mac is a top 10, probably a top 10 basketball talent ever. Honestly. Think about it. He's more talented than Kobe. Talent. You can get all upset all you want to. Obviously, I know Kobe's better than him. He's more talented. He is.
Define talent.
Bro, he's 6'9", moving like that, had a 40+ invert. I'm saying talent.
So just like athleticism? Or?
Feel for the game, could shoot for somebody that size, all of that. That's talent. What are you talking about? That's why it's so disappointing that he flamed out the way he did.
Who's more talented?
Tracy McGrady has the talent to be a top 10 player ever.
Shaq or T-Mac?
Shaq.
Jordan or T-Mac?
Jordan. I said Jordan.
The way you said it. LeBron.
LeBron.
Hakeem.
No need to answer that question.
Hakeem?
As a talent?
Oh my.
I don't know.
Wait, what? What's the question?
What about Kareem?
What's the question?
Kareem, obviously.
He said that he doesn't know if Tracy McGrady is a. He doesn't know who's a better talent between Hakeem and Tracy McGrady.
Nigga, give me Hakeem Olajuwon, bro. What the fuck is we doing?
Wemby.
KD.
Was it like 6, 7 players?
I'm about to say I feel like we're getting nearly 10.
6 or 7, yeah.
Y'all are misinterpreting.
Grant Hill.
Tracy McGrady is more talented than Grant Hill.
Luka.
Tracy's more talented than Luka, but Luka's better than him.
Word.
Who else?
Wilt.
Wilt may be the most talented ever, and that's why he's a huge disappointment.
Giannis. Right.
I don't know, actually.
Right. Penny.
T-Mac.
Right. Embiid.
That's a good one.
Kevin Garnett.
Embiid or Hakeem as a talent?
AD.
Hakeem.
No,
Tracy
we're talking about
McGrady is
Tracy
a
McGrady.
better talent than AD.
What about Vince Carter?
Better talent than Vince as well.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, why is Chad mad at me for? What?
Wade.
What
Wade.
did he do better? What did McGrady do better than Vince?
To do better. When I'm saying talent, I'm thinking about these people as like prospects.
What?
Like coming into the reason why T-Mac was able to leave straight out of high school is because of the immense talent that everybody saw. 6'8", 6'9", like I said, could handle the ball, could jump out the gym, could shoot, we weren't seeing too many people that could do all of that.
Who's a better shooter, Vince or T-Mac?
Paying out in the league, Vince.
Who jumped higher?
Vince by a little bit. Do you want to go to their official verticals? It's not that far off.
But it's Vince though.
By a little bit. But T-Mac's like 3 inches taller than him.
Who's quicker?
T-Mac.
But you say quicker or faster?
T-Mac is both. Vince isn't that quick.
Huh?
Have y'all seen Vince Carter?
Vince Carter isn't quick or isn't that quick?
I say he's not that quick. He wasn't. His most special thing athletically was his verticality.
I feel like Vince had like crazy wingspan too, though.
He had a great wingspan, yeah.
Yeah, Vince's first step was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
So he 8'10".
Vince Carter's wingspan was.
Yeah, probably so.
3 inches shorter than 3 inches smaller than.
Who Tracy or Pippen?
Tracy.
Yeah, Vince has almost like a 7-foot wingspan.
Okay, what's Tracy's?
Yeah, I'm about to look at it right now.
7'2". It's 7'2".
Oh, okay. See.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, but it's a 2-inch difference, but one is like 3 inches shorter, like we just said.
But that's what I'm saying.
To be fair, they both crazy. They both crazy. What is Scotty? Scotty's like 7 something too though.
It's like 7'1".
Pause. Hello.
Let's see.
Nigga, we're talking about wingspans, right?
No, yeah, 7'3". Scotty Pippen's a 7'3" wingspan. Yeah, Scotty Pippen is ridiculous.
Scotty's up there also as a talent, just not better than Tracy, but he's up there.
What about Chet?
Tracy.
What a damn.
Wait, who did you ask?
Said Chet Holmgren.
Oh yeah, you're trolling. Yeah.
This whole conversation is.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'll be honest. If we doing the talent, but MPJ was supposed to be like KD 2.0. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, he never was gonna be that. He was always too stiff.
They asked him about Paul George in
high school.
Yes, even high school, him was never fluid enough to. He was to be Kevin Durant. Yes, he was.
Obviously, Kevin Durant's a bit of an exaggeration.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what you said.
Okay. They asked
let me clarify instead of taking me literally.
What about Kevon Looney, bro? Who's
Ben Simmons?
They asked him about Paul George.
What about Paul George?
Or T-Mac?
T-Mac.
Who's a better T-Mac.
I agree with that.
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
That's a good name, actually.
He's like really.
But
what you just talking about being a better?
I ain't gonna lie. Ben Simmons, high school, college. That was
I'm still taking Mac though.
As you should.
Show more promising skill than Ben Simmons.
Who? I mean Tracy McGrady's a massive underachiever.
I mean,
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, Wiggins.
Unfortunately,
Wiggins is
a good. That's a really good one. Yeah.
Wiggins is a good name, but Andrew Wiggins at Kansas was giving off super role player. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I saw you say that yesterday on.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
I say that with all the respect to T-Mac, but if we start going down the line of people that have never won it, he's one of the most talented players ever, but there is a lot more. There are MVPs that ain't won it. Like, so let's slow our roll.
I'm gonna tell you this. To me, it's Charles Barkley, and it's not even close. It's Charles Barkley. It's not 6'5", 6'6", playing the power forward. Charles Barkley was ahead of his time. Charles Barkley had that motherfucker on the string, the handles, the step backs. Like, think about what he had to do.
What?
What the fuck? Nigga, what?
You didn't like his palm dribbling? You didn't like that?
Man, nigga, he had it on a string. Charles Barkley had the ball on a string, my nigga. Be serious. No, we gotta be fucking serious right now.
You see the hat you pull up?
Chat, we got locked the fuck in right now. A nigga saying that Charles Barkley had the ball on the string, that Hezzy with the step back? Man, no, nigga. He was just grossly athletic for a nigga his size. He should never say he had the ball on a string. Is we gassing that right now.
I think his career average is like 22 and 11 for his career when it comes down to points and rebounds. And he was going against monsters. Like, he was a monster, but I'm talking about the 7-footers he had to go against, the guys that were defending him, the bag. Like, people, Charles Barkley had a bag. Like, I'm talking about.
Oh, no! Is a bag post-ups? Illegal defense post-ups? Is that what a bag is?
Not too much on Sir Charles.
Hey, man,
A deep-ass bag when it came down to his offensive skill set. You know, and me and Chuck, we didn't had our little beef and whatever, and we didn't, you know, we didn't got it together. But I'm just saying, if I'm just giving my overall view and we talk about power forwards or talented guys, to me it's Charles Barkley. 6'4", 6'5", the shit that he was doing at that height, giving people that work. The only reason that he doesn't have a championship is because fucking Jordan was in this.
Okay, this is like this new phenomenon. It's not even a new phenomenon. It's something I've acknowledged that I'm getting sick and tired of. But we have to stop talking about basketball in this Jordan Kobe centric way, where like the only time or the only years that we reference someone is when they played up against Jordan or Kobe or played with Jordan or Kobe. That shit has to stop. To sit here and to say that someone who's played over a decade's time, over 10 years, the only reason why you don't have a championship is because of Michael Jordan? Nigga, stop, bro. That man played in the NBA for a very, very long time. And what always bothers me is that Jordan wasn't winning every single year because there was a nigga who squeaked out not one but 2 championships during the 90s. Not one but 2. 2. So no, bro. Y'all, in a row. Y'all gotta stop that shit, bro. We gotta stop talking about basketball in a Jordan and Kobe centric way. Like that's Jesus.
This is what I would say. Yes, I can see that. The reason why I would pick Karl Malone over Charles is because the level of professionalism that Karl Malone always approached. Karl Malone also had a top 5 point guard, wherever you want to rank him in.
Oh my God! Oh shit!
Did you know that buying the fastest? Did you know that buying the?
Okay, I done fucked up way too many times. I done fucked up way too much.
What did you do?
I typed in cat. I got my Ethernet cord. I was hooking it up.
What's the difference?
Apparently, I got the wrong fucking Ethernet cord still, so I guess I got scammed.
T-Mac, the most
Cat 7.
I can see that. The reason why I would pick Karl Malone over Charles is because the level of professionalism that Karl Malone always approached. Karl Malone also had a top 5 point guard, wherever you want to rank him, and John Stockton next to him.
Not even getting to the point.
No. I'm not. We're not doing that. We're not doing.
No, I'm saying my mentions. I'm tired of my mentions blowing up on this.
This is what I'm.
It's so odd to me. Okay, so again, let's go back to this conversation about, like, if you want to say Karl Malone, I guess fine, but to like argue the differentiator between the two is that one was professional off the court versus on. I'm going to give Richard Jefferson the biggest benefit of the doubt that he's referring to the professionalism off the court that would then translate to how you played on the floor. I'm assuming that's what he's referring to, that Charles Barkley wasn't always healthy. But I just find it odd. Again, I just want y'all to really think about this. Apparently, Karl Malone, who these people are now saying, and I agree, is like near top 20. If you're taking everything out and you're talking about just basketball, a fringe top 20 player playing alongside a top 5 point guard of all time, apparently to Richard Jefferson. And you're telling me that team couldn't at bare minimum make the conference finals every single fucking year? There is no world we live in where that wouldn't be the standard and expectations for anyone else in those situations. We sit here and call Russ and KD in their time in OKC failures, but they made the conference finals every year that they were healthy from 2011 onwards. Every single year. Every year. LeBron, Wade, conference finals bare minimum, or NBA finals bare minimum every single year. Every from 2000 up until 2003, or 2004, excuse me, made it to the finals every year except for one season. The only duo I've ever seen, bro.
Saying. So when I look at Karl Malone with Charles, when he was in Philly, he was in and out of shape, and then he would, some of his, off the court partying that we knew about, and we, throwing guys. I'm saying Charles was a rebel. He's not a role model, so I'm not taking shots at him.
Oh no, this is actually just worse than what it is. So now he do a basketball. He's talking about throwing a nigga out of the window. That has nothing to do with basketball. Okay, so now you're now you just talking about anything. And now you're talking about role models. Brother, I can't say this line. That'll be a crazy line. That's a crazy line. I'll say this. Charles Barkley being fat, out of shape, throwing people through windows, I rather that than what Karl Malone did. And if you are talking about the things in which Charles Barkley did off the court, that in all honesty, some of the things you're referencing has nothing to do with shape results in his play. Okay, cool. But you're talking about him throwing somebody out of the window. That has nothing to do with his play. That's not affecting his play at all. Brother, if that's what's preventing you from having these conversations and that's the professionalism that you're referring to, bro, Karl Malone is the most unprofessional nigga that I know of in NBA history. The most unprofessional nigga. And this is shit I be sitting here talking about, that professionalism argument that Isaiah Thomas was talking about not too long ago because LeBron had his shirt off, practicing in a gym, talking about professional. Was in a league with a nigga who had sex with a minor, impregnated her, and then would go on to be a deadbeat despite him earning generational wealth. That nigga alone, disgusting. And the fact that we even talk about him in any positive light outside of basketball is fucking ridiculous. I don't know how we got to this point where we are just casually overlooking what the fuck that nigga did. I don't know how we got to that point. Like, at all. I have zero idea how that happened.
him. But I'm saying when you look at a guy like Karl Malone, who trained for 8 hours a day, he played for 19 years, he was second in scoring, and if his body would have held up, he probably would have been the all-time leading scorer. So from when I look at the best player to not win a championship, I'm going to put Karl Malone as number one, just because his professional approach to maximize every bit of his talent for a lot of years. That's why his longevity was greater. That's why his health was greater. That's why his consistency was greater in Karl Malone. So when when I say that, Charles is talented and all this stuff, but for a guy like Karl Malone who was running hills and doing all that stuff every day, trying to maximize it,
and fucking minors. Look, bro, I'm just not like, if you're gonna talk about throwing a nigga out of the window, I'm sorry. If you're gonna talk about someone throwing somebody out the window, no, my nigga, no. He was doing all this professionalism, but he couldn't at one point decide to be in his child's life. Not once, not one time. All that running up and down the hill, keeping himself in shape, but didn't decide to send any money to his kids? Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, Malone will always be a nasty fuck. He'll always be a nasty fuck. And anybody talking about professionalism, no, my nigga, no. Please stop. There's more?
versus a guy like Charles, who had a bit of a reputation of a go out, play, talent guy. He worked his ass off and just wasn't able to get it down.
Also having sex with minors. I don't know, bro. I like dog. Like, you know what's so funny too? What's so crazy about like the whole situation is that Karl Malone can't even avoid what happened. You know, we live in a world now where everybody likes to sit here and has like this like, did this really actually happen? Oh, it's social media, it's cancel culture that's trying to really avoid it. No, we know for a fact this nigga has sex with a minor. My nigga, we know for a fact. Yeah, there's DNA proof. So no, bro. And what Mara said is true. I have to use the terminology having sex because I can't use the other word because this video will be, shadow banned. But yeah, you unfortunately to people, the terminology having sex with a minor is not a real terminology. He took advantage of one. That's what he did. He took advantage of one as an adult. That's what he did. So, yeah, talking about professionalism off the floor. No, that right there was horrible. 2 terrible takes, which I believe in the same podcast. That might be the worst podcast episode in road trip in history. That is a terrible episode. Zaydog wants me to play. Now, Zaydog, I don't know if you know this, but we've already set the tone for you that if you give us a bad video, you are no longer allowed to request videos moving forward. Just so you know.
Fall.
This is Go Bells video? Oh my god.
Are we watching Go Bells?
You are alone, child. There is only darkness for you, and only death for your people. I will command a great and terrible army. And we will sail to 1 billion worlds. We will sail until every light has been extinguished. You are strong, child. But I am beyond.
What is that? What is this?
It's mayo.
Nigga, that's not milk. Let me say milk. That's not milk.
Am the end.
Nigga, what?
It's a kid's show. It's mayo.
most, winning a championship, proving all the haters.
This nigga trying to be a TikTok editor. Oh man. All right.
You go Bells, bro.
Go Bells, man. We'll come back to see Go Bells.
Yeah, Zay Dog, you getting a 10-minute timeout. I ain't gonna
lie. What else is there to talk about, chat? What else? Oh yeah. Thank you.
Oh, did you already react to Kendrick Perkins saying the 50s weren't that bad?
Yeah, we already did that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got to react to... Where's it at?
I missed the death battle? Damn.
This video. I purposely stopped watching this video because I was like, this shit gets worse and worse as it keeps going.
You watched this video?
No, I literally stopped. I stopped like 10 minutes in. I was like, holy fuck.
No, I watched this video. Shout out to Mars for finally being engaged and giving pushback. I appreciate that. The worst is when there's bad takes and Mars in there just letting it all happen.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Friends of the show, Player's Choice. You know. The other day, a nigga kicked me off. He wouldn't invite me up on his stream, even though he's live on TikTok, even though there are a bunch of people in his chat saying invite Low up. He would not invite me because he was like, guys, I'm gonna just say this real quick. Fuck Player's Choice and anybody else who's been on it. And I was like, damn.
Wait, who's the person?
I think it's Kevy. I think Mars said it right. Yeah. It's tough.
Who the fuck
I
is
don't know.
Kev?
I don't know what you did to him, Mars.
Who's Kev?
I don't know.
Oh, you talking about that little nigga from TikTok?
Oh damn!
Was it
Mars
that guy?
Fried him.
Was that
Wait,
that one guy that was like getting mad at Mars?
That little nigga from TikTok, bro. Mars fried that nigga so bad. He even talks to people differently now. Like he's
wow,
like that ass. Like Mars called him stupid for something, and he's like, "Why are you calling me dumb?" From that day forward, I see him belittle everybody, bro. Mars, you changed.
Damn, Mars.
Oh wow. I don't even know what that is.
I remember that, but I don't.
Nigga referred to making someone a horrible person into I got motion. This is crazy, bro.
I don't know where you can find a clip though. I don't
know where the clip is at either. But I wasn't even trying to get in. Everybody was just telling me to join, and then like he couldn't avoid it, so he was just like, fuck Players there. And I was like, Jesus, all right, I guess. Anywho's he's Player's Choice, friend of the show, man. They got some good content out there. But today was not a good content day for them. Apparently, somebody was there as a guest claiming that LeBron had a higher peak than Jokic. Bro, saying that shit out loud is ridiculous.
It's not a hot take to say Jokic peaked higher than LeBron James.
Okay, you can say it's a hot take, but look, there's no one
do you
person
believe
these
that?
last 3-4. I do believe that. Last 3-4
You believe
years,
Jokic peaked higher than LeBron?
I do. I actually do.
No, wait.
No,
I'm
no,
running
no.
Lo, are you doing this for a video?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
No, because if so, you got to restart it and redo the intro because you said it's crazy to say LeBron has a higher peak than Jokic. It's flipped.
Oh,
I'm saying if you're doing
Nah, actually,
you're right.
No, you should keep it in clickbait.
Let me say it again. LeBron has the most overrated peak of all time.
Say it again. Say it again.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, a nigga saying that Jokic has a higher peak than LeBron. We've lost.
Offensively? Offensively?
It's not
Nick
offensively.
Jokic had number one.
I know.
Jokic a 2.
He peaked higher than
would be
Bron?
right.
Bron
You
and
don't think that's a hot take?
That's not a hot take.
Jokic
It's
is-
not a
there's
hot
not
take
one-
to say
look.
Jokic peaked higher than LeBron James.
Okay, you can say it's a hot take, but look, there's no one
do you
person
believe
these
that?
last 3-4. I do believe that. Last
You
3-4
believe
years,
Jokic peaked higher than LeBron?
I do. I actually do.
No, wait.
No,
I'm running the poll. I'm running the poll.
Well, no, but wait a minute, because I can tell you right now, I can tell y'all dudes right now, if I said something like that, my ass would be on the grill. So let's go.
Let me
explain why
do my
you
argument.
think. Explain.
This nigga Chill basically saying niggas making fun of me for making some dumb statements. Get on his ass. That's basically what Chill's saying. Chill said enough is enough.
Explain why you think Joker Give me legit logic why you think Joker peaked
I don't
higher
hate
than
it.
James.
I don't hate it.
I need legit logic too.
There's not one
What's plus
single
minus?
player, not one single player since 2020 or 2021 that you feared more than Nikola Jokic when he has the ball or without the ball.
Yeah,
LeBron.
What about since
What?
2009?
There's not one single player.
What about since?
But that's not. That doesn't encompass.
That's a 4-year.
This is an irrelevant point because it doesn't encompass.
That's a 4-year stretch.
Peak. So I don't know what that has to. That's irrelevant. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Okay. Also, nigga talking about fear factor as if like he's on the floor with him. You're not on the floor, my nigga. You're not there with him. You have no idea who's fearing who the most. That makes no fucking sense. None. Zero zilch nada.
2009. You used the Bron stat against Bron.
I'm saying, look, even when, let's say, like Miami were in the finals against Spurs or Dallas, whatever. What was his peak year? 2013 or 2014?
You tell me. You're the one.
What are you going off of?
You tell me.
You guys are you guys saying
you're
like,
the one who said
entire
Jokic
career
peaked higher? So when is LeBron's peak?
No. For me, 2013.
Okay,
Jokic
so-
for
okay,
me
that's
is 2023. Or 2023.
2013
Which one
Jokic.
was
2023 Jokic
2013
is better
Bron.
than 2013 Bron. That's your state.
Right. Okay. So 2013 Bron, yes, he has the stats, he has the defense, all that, etc. But there's not one single person I fear more than Nick.
This nigga just saying, yeah, he has a stats, he has a defense, whatever. He has a stats and defense, I mean, whatever. I just fear him more. Also, if you're talking about fearing somebody, I'm gonna be honest with you, the nigga who has been feared the most over the last like 15 years is at their best is probably Curry. That shit Curry was doing in 2016 was actually fucking ridiculous. We'll get numb to it now just because like we got accustomed to it. But Curry was like genuinely, bro, for those who may not like who are like young, who don't like clearly comprehend what was happening then, bro, Curry was coming down the court, taking shots that we all unanimously thought to ourselves, that's a bad shot. That is objectively a bad shot. That is a terrible shot. Why the fuck is this nigga making it? And he started making them. Curry was making these shots at such an abnormal clip that niggas started to commit to double teams to prevent him from taking what we thought were bad shots. That's how crazy Curry was. So if we are just simply talking about fear factor, I'm going to be honest with you, over the last 10 years, the nigga that has been feared the most has to be Curry. It is Curry. That shit Curry did in 2016 was outrageous. And he finished that season shooting not 38, not 40, not 42. That nigga shot 45. What would be considered a normal a normal field goal percentage. Curry was making that from 3. No, that nigga was crazy, bro. He was crazy. He was genuinely crazy.
Nikola Jokic because he can
don't
make
just
any
wash
single
over
shot.
the stats and the defense. He was like arguably a top 3 defender in the
best player.
league.
I'm not gonna say. Look, I have him better than Michael Jordan, but that's like that's a different
So Jokic
story.
peaked higher than
Jokic better than Jordan?
No, I'm saying not career wise. I'm just saying if you take
Jordan.
I think so. Yes.
Oh!
I do think so.
This is ridiculous, bro. This is when, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I now know why there's like this growing like hatred for Jokic because like this is OD. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, what the fuck are you talking about that he peaked higher than Michael fucking Jordan? Like, seriously, what are you talking about? You're just trying to sound intelligent for no reason. I did not start this because even I remember when Damo had one. Damo came out and said that.
Who remembers the low nose on?
No.
Who remembers the low nose shit on?
I remember Damo said that.
Remember that shit on?
He was better than Shaq, and I was like, better than Shaq. I was like, what? I would never say that now.
Brother.
Nah, we'll talk with
Brother, no, be quiet. Be quiet. Brother, there's actively a video of you right now on Player's Choice trying to convince people that Jokic is better than Shaq. It's a video up right now.
Where?
Somebody find it.
It's
Somebody
on
find it. Somebody find
PC.
it.
Where?
Let me.
Nigga,
I'm
Barnes
such a
saying
piece-
in the chat like he didn't agree. You was
It
co-signing.
says.
Is that it?
This nigga, now, if this nigga shows me
What?
a better offensive player, then I'm gonna have to kick this nigga. It said a
No,
better
nigga,
player
no,
or a
no,
better
no,
offensive-
no,
Oh, okay.
No.
There is. We talking about players. Never once did I believe that Jokic. I even said it
Pull
before.
up. Jokic already top 10 center of all time.
Wait, I've already even said that's as a scorer.
That was dumb. What are you talking about?
I don't know if that was dumb. I don't know if that was that
Flo,
dumb.
are you
dog.
serious?
Nigga,
What?
stop.
Look,
Are you
listen,
serious?
Are you serious?
It's nothing. It's
You still
nothing
think
wrong.
that-
It better a clears 2018 Bron as a scorer. Are you dumb?
Yeah, I'm not gassed off that terrible ass defense that nigga did in the playoffs. He was facing the playoffs. I'm not moved by that shit.
Respect
bro.
the Raptors.
What?
Okay, you don't even respect them.
I do think so. Because look, I'm
Jokic
just
has the
saying,
highest peak ever. Jokic has the highest peak
I
ever.
think so. Offensive wise, there's not a
Y'all,
single. offensive player
I'm going to remind
There's
y'all
not
the
a single-
last time Akil was up
there's-
here, he was talking about my takes, and I just wanted to remind y'all.
There's not. I mistook you for a big take for taking. My bad. That's my fault.
Okay.
Um,
Chris Webber better than Jokic. By the way.
Look,
Yep,
all I'm saying
that
is,
take.
look,
Jokic
all I'm
is
saying
peaking
is-
higher than
all
Michael
I'm
Jordan
saying-
is worse than
higher
that.
than
All
Jordan.
I'm
Oh,
saying
wow.
is Jokic is the
Honestly,
best offensive player
It's
of all
not
time.
worse.
Jokic is the best offensive player of all time. You can't stop his floaters. I feel like he makes every single floater. He'll make every single fadeaway jump shot. He'll make every single three. He has no flaw, right?
Every single
LeBron, he had a flaw.
How did they lose in the playoffs?
Damn near
Okay,
he
so
shot 43%
are we just
this
gonna
year.
are we just going to ignore the other side of the ball
43%
to
ain't
make this
damn-
argument?
Yes.
Mars is gonna get to the point, but I want y'all to know a nigga saying, because even I came around to the idea that Jokic really isn't as good as a 3-point shooter as the numbers will say. To the point where I was literally saying, just let that nigga shoot. Now, I don't know why we even sitting here fighting the idea. Just let that nigga shoot, bro. Just let him shoot. Let him shoot. Let him shoot. Just let him shoot. Like, what are we doing right now?
That's what it sound like.
What'd you say, Morris?
So Jokic has no flaws, and we're just ignoring.
Well,
You
you
know,
can say his
the
defense.
elephant in the
Obviously,
room.
we're gonna okay.
Yes.
Obviously, you're gonna say his defense, right? But
So he
he's
has a
not
flaw.
he's not a bad defender. He's an above average defender. All the analytics, advanced analytics, he's like
Do your eyes
top of the
tell you that?
category.
Do your eyes tell you he's
well,
above average defender?
sometimes because he's not gonna block the shots, but he'll get those little rip through steals, kind of like how James Harden did back in the day.
How many?
This is how y'all niggas was sounding.
Bro, he said sometimes.
I said average. I said he was an average. I said he was an average.
He's
defender.
neutral. He's a neutral.
I said neutral average. Nigga saying he's
That nigga
above
was bad,
average.
bro. He was
Above
bad. Come on.
average.
He was bad.
Above average.
When I
And
hear
I'm about
niggas-
to say, like, especially like these past 2 years, he's gotten worse defensively. He's gotten worse.
In my eyes, he's always been this bad.
We were mad at the other team for not running to the
No,
rim
I ain't
every
gonna lie,
single time.
KB. There was a
It was a
stretch
layup
this
line.
year. There was a stretch this year when that nigga just didn't care about these.
Bro, but I feel like that's what he's been doing. Like,
Nah, it was a stretch this year where I was like, this nigga just sucks.
Like, I guess like when the team's defense is better, he looks better. But like on an individual level, that nigga's shit, bro. Like
The mic coincide when
Like sometimes there was points in the season where like when people would drive to the rim and he would just stand there and let them make the layup and he would just wait for the inbound.
Bro, you would get mad at
Yeah,
Aaron
he would
Gordon
get
for not helping out.
He would just wait there for the inbound.
You would do the thing. You know how like sometimes with LeBron would like just die on a play and then get
Don't
mad
say
at
that. Don't
you?
say that now. Don't say LeBron.
Be careful,
Okay.
Matt, cover yours.
Jokic would do
Wait,
the
which
shit and
LeBron is
get
this?
mad at
LeBron?
Aaron Gordon, bro. Like,
Which LeBron?
I seen plays vividly where he got mad at Aaron Gordon for not rotating when that nigga was right in front of the opposing player, bro. Bro, I'm not gassing Jokic defense. I don't care how active his hands are, bro. And how
He's giving effort, guy. He's giving effort. He's trying, guys. Come on now.
nigga would just do random kickballs to show you that he cares. Like, nah, I don't care, bro.
How many rip through steals in the game, and how much does it affect?
I mean, look, no player's gonna average like 3-4 steals per game.
Okay, so
But
I'm
he
asking
gets a lot of
Jokic
stuff.
was in the top 3 in steals last year. Joker was in the top 3 in steals last year.
Okay, but chill. How many
exactly.
possessions are there in a basketball game for 1.5 of those possessions?
Look, I'm not
for him
saying
to
he's a
steal the
good.
ball?
I'm
How
not
much
saying
does
he's
that
a
really
great
impact
defender.
the game? Chill?
I'm not saying he's a great defender. I'm just saying he's not a liability. He's not a bad defender. He's an
Okay,
above
so what
average
was
defender.
LeBron James a liability at in 2013?
In 2013, I just don't think he scored enough. I really don't. I feel like he could have had more production.
You know what's so crazy? I started skipping around because this is where I stopped. That's where I stopped and I started skipping around. My nigga, if your complaint is, oh, what is LeBron a liability at? And your response is, I don't think he scored enough, but your argument is fucking Jokic, where if anything, that actually is his weakness offensively, is that he's not aggressive enough as a scorer. That is literally Jokic's offensive weakness. To sit here and to say that the reason why, and mind you, you're referencing the 1 year in Jokic's career where his scoring dropped sub 25 points. So how the fuck are you even arguing that you don't think LeBron scored enough where he scored more points in a slower pace era than this nigga did? That makes no sense.
Like the scoring out.
Didn't he average more than Jokic?
He averaged 26 points per game.
Didn't Jokic have like 25 in 2023?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but offensive wise, that's not really his like. He's looking to pass more than he's trying to score, right? But
no, he doesn't. Let's stop that right now. See that part right there is where you lose me. No, he doesn't.
When he is trying to score,
no, he doesn't.
LeBron.
James has consistently throughout.
I think he's talking about Jokic when he says that.
No, yeah, I'm talking about Jokic.
Yeah, he's saying Jokic wants to pass more. I think
Look how he wants to pass more than
so
score. But
I asked what LeBron is a liability in 2013, and you said he doesn't.
I just think
even if he is talking about Joker,
whenever he's
playing, that's not the question I asked her. You said Jokic has no flaws. You said Jokic has no flaws.
Right.
Then we brought up the defense. But then you said he's not a liability at defense.
He's not.
So your point would still apply. Not what was he not amazing at? What was he a liability at?
He's not a liability. I'm just saying he could have done more. That's all.
So
I'm saying.
LeBron James has no flaws.
Hold on. First of all, Jokic has plenty of flaws defensively. Bro.
I think
first of all, he's not a good rim protector. He doesn't get there often. When he is there, he doesn't.
But he doesn't think Jokic has flaws.
Irrelevant. What he thinks.
His argument.
I don't.
I don't care what his argument is.
I ain't gonna lie. I actually agree with Penn. This nigga's argument is irrelevant. If he thinks that Jokic has no flaws, this nigga argument is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Like, genuinely speaking, it has now become irrelevant. If this nigga thinks that Jokic has no flaws as a player, nigga, pop the nigga penis out your mouth, dog. Pop it out. There's no way you watch Jokic and you don't think that he doesn't have a flaw. Not one flaw. Pop it out. Pop that cock out your mouth, my brother.
What was that?
What was that?
I'm gonna go back to playing this video.
But he thinks LeBron has a flaw.
Jokic is not switchable.
So what's Jokic's defensive motor? So what's Jokic's
is not a good rim protector.
Answer me this question. If you're going into a playoff matchup, right? Unless your team is outweighed, just completely better from you, kind of like how he had nobody when Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. were out and they played the Warriors. He had nobody. Are you fearing LeBron more or Jokic? Because Jokic can single-handedly.
LeBron.
He took Oklahoma to Game 7 with no help at all.
Fuck! Bro, niggas sit here and say this shit as if like we didn't just watch this nigga get help. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? We just watched this nigga get help. One of the games, this nigga was trash, and they still won. Another game, nigga, Christian Brown had a good game. Julian Strawthers had a good game. And in one game, hit a buzzer beater. What the fuck are you talking about? No help.
You know, in games 1, 2, and 3. No, sorry, 2, 3, and 4. That nigga was shooting 33% from the field.
Bro.
And averaging 21 points, 5 assists, and 5 turnovers from games 2, 3, and 4.
Bro, what game is that where he was just like...
It was game 3 where he was horrible and they still won?
And it's one of them games where he was just flat out horrible.
It was game 3. Chad, am I tweaking? It was not game 3? I'm looking at it right now. Game 3, he was 8 for 25.
Yeah, 8 for 25, 0 for 10 from 3. Bro, there's no way you're looking at this
8
nigga.
turnovers.
8 for 25, 0 for 10 from 3, 8 turnovers, and they still won this game, and you're telling me he had no help? He had no help. Bro, shut the fuck. And then, nigga, what in the fuck are you talking about? Game 6 when they won. This is the Julian Strothers game, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, Strothers came off the bench, gave them 15. Christian Brown couldn't miss in the beginning of this game. He gave them 23. Jamal gave them 25 as well. What the fuck are you talking about? And then in game 1, when they won, this is when Aaron Gordon had that shot. I you know, so crazy. We tend to forget this shit, bro. A lot of niggas made a lot of shots this postseason run.
Well,
Yeah, he made the game winning shot.
Aaron Gordon was to me, in my opinion, one of the best role players in the postseason. Like, I don't want to say like by far, but like he was really good, bro. Like before his injury, bro, he was playing outstanding, bro. His jumper was falling. Everything was going like for him, bro. It's crazy.
No help is a ridiculous statement, but okay.
I mean, think about it. Jamal Murray, he was like,
I'm thinking about it because I watched the series. I watched the Nuggets actively win a game in which Jokic played terrible. So that's a ridiculous statement.
No, I'm saying Jamal Murray had like 2 or 3 games.
I watched the Nuggets win a game in which Jokic played terrible. That's a ridiculous statement. He played egregiously, and they won the game. So
why is the narrative
very clearly had help? How can the guy have no help? But they're winning games when he plays badly.
When you compare Jokic's team to any other team, he has no single All-Star. He's never played with an All-Star in his life. Not a single All-NBA player ever.
Does that mean he doesn't have?
But if Jamal Murray elevates to that point, then how is that not help? Then
that nigga elevates to all-time levels in the postseason.
But even if you want to sit here and say that, if your argument is that who wins with less help, then I always just ask the question, then why the fuck wouldn't Tim Duncan be the GOAT? Then I always ask this question. Oh, okay. My bad, Mars. We spoiling it. My bad. Let me hear it.
Help though? See that part right there, Kill.
There's a difference between help and then having guys who get voted onto the All-Star team. OKC, in order to get to a game 7, you have to win 3 games. In one of the 3 games they won, Jokic played terribly and they won the game. Therefore, a third of their victories that you are praising Jokic for was in spite of him. So they very clearly didn't get to game 7 just because of Jokic. Because in order to get to a game 7, you have to win 3 games, and one of them was not because of him. So that was a lie. You was wrong. You made something up. Why would you do that?
I don't.
Oh shit, Mars. All right, Mars. All right, my nigga. I taught you well, my boy.
I don't think no, because look, you can say the same thing about Steph Curry. Even if he's having a bad game, you're gonna still say, "Oh, his gravity," right?
Yep. Shout out Steph. Never had a bad game. Come on up. No. That was a 30. Come on.
Hey, you know what?
Shout out to 30. Niggas.
Y'all right. Fuck it. I ruined the discourse. Fuck it. I'll take this on the chin, bro. Y'all right. I fucking did this. This is my fault.
Thank you.
So now I need to go retroactively shit on this nigga Jokic for the next. No way this nigga's about to sit here and argue that a nigga who shot 8 for 25 from the field, 0 for 10 from 3, and had 8 turnovers didn't play bad.
So you're of the belief that Jokic just can't play badly because gravity.
Which isn't true.
Not entirely. But I do think that's a factor.
I kind of see what he's saying.
I do think.
Yeah. Oh fuck! All right, someone talking about, bro. Someone on YouTube, and you already know how I give it up.
What?
Dynamite Dame, all Hall of Famers for Duncan. Duncan, all Hall of Famers for Duncan teams. No, he did not. 2003 was not a stacked roster. 1999 is not a stacked roster. 2005 is not a stacked roster.
Huh?
Nigga, no. If you think that Duncan had stacked rosters, I don't know what the fuck you think Kareem and Magic playing with one another. What is that shit?
Or Shaq and Kobe.
Shut up, nigga. Or the Boston Celtics in 08.
What year? Imagine, compare it to a decade.
Or Larry Bird and them. Or fuck it. Even
no. Less them.
Jaylen Brown. Fuck it, right?
Stop it. You don't even believe that. You don't believe what you just said.
What? 2022 when they lost. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and the DPOY you still lost?
Stop.
Bill Russell Celtics.
No.
Damn. So many super teams.
So many super teams.
You niggas will legit gas them up to no. And then you'll shit on them 2 seconds later.
Nah, bro. I don't shit on none of them.
Bro, the fakest DPOY of all time. That's what I was told by JT Marcus.
Robert Williams is also all defensive.
We were saying that's one of the best defense in modern NBA history, bro. I remember them talks, bro.
Wait.
I remember them too.
I remember them talks, bro. We was calling this defense modern NBA history, bro.
Wait. This brother said you tripping. You wasn't alive, fool. Robinson and Negro. I don't know who you're talking about. Denny Del Negro, I think he's talking about. And Elliott. I don't know how old y'all think I am. Negro is crazy. I don't know how old y'all think I am. Nigga, I'm not 25, nigga. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you 35, nigga. Fuck.
Also, I'm assuming you gotta be talking about 99 because 99 is the only time that he had Elliott. Elliott wasn't on the team. As you can clearly see, here's the roster in your screen right now. And as you can clearly see, there is no Negroes. There's a couple of niggas, but no Negroes on this team at all. So Vinny Del Negro is not on this roster. Secondly, maybe you meant Avery Johnson, but I just want y'all to. This is what Sean Elliott was doing in the postseason. 12 points. 12. Sean Elliott was so far removed from who he once was because he had what was it, his kidney? Was that it was either him or Alonzo Mourning had the kidney
kidney stones?
Yeah, Elliott was no longer the same player post 97. After 97, Elliott was not the same player no more. So if you are considering that help, my brother, please stop.
What do you shoot from three though?
In 99, he shot 40% from three on 3 attempts.
In 1999?
Then he said Jaren Jackson. Oh, man.
Senior.
You're right. Jaren Jackson. He had Jaren Jackson, who gave him a whopping 6 points. You're right, dog. And then went in the postseason and gave him a whopping 8. You're right. Jaren Jackson. Oh, man. Mario Ellie, who gave him 8 points and shot 26% from behind the arc and 38% from the field. You are absolutely right. Yeah, that is help. That team was stacked. Nigga, you're just naming names that you see on the screen now. Now you're talking about, what about Malik Rose? Nigga, you thought a Negro was on this team. Now all of a sudden a Rose is? Nigga, you're just naming names, my nigga. You're naming names. You didn't know who was on this team, but I'm the fool because I wasn't born. But you were alive. You were alive, and you thought Negro was on this team. You were alive, and you thought Vinny Del Negro was on this team, and he wasn't. So, and I apparently I wasn't alive, and I knew that. I knew he wasn't. So who's a fool, my nigga? You're a fool. You are a fool. You're a fool, my nigga.
You sure showed him, bro.
Look at the 98 Bulls. It's this. What does that have to? What?
Can you go back to the video?
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the video.
So Joker always
averaging like let's say he gets like 15 points per game, right? He's still having a good game because of everything else he does.
So if Jokic is playing terrible defense, if Jokic shoots 30% from the field, if Jokic has 8 turnovers, he didn't have a bad game because gravity.
That one game you're talking about, that's a bad game, sure, for his standards. For
anyone's standards.
Hold on, Mars. First of all, if he got 8 turnovers, if he had 8 turnovers and he missed a bunch of shots, it's usually because you were guarding him with your whole damn team. Okay, usually.
Why we didn't watch the game a few months ago? It's usually because of what, my nigga? We watched it and they were leaving him wide open from 3. He was just missing threes, and again, that's okay. But we watched it. We watched the game. We don't have to sit here and say it's usually because, nigga, the preseason game being against the Sixers in Dubai. Oh man, fries, tough, tough, my nigga, tough. That's game 2. Almost got the date right. Game 3. Let's see what Jokic's missed shots look like. Because normally, Jokic grabs a rebound. He can bring it up. Oh! Whole fucking team guarded him.
Jalen Williams guarding Nikola Jokic. That puts Holmgren behind with that length.
Again, on a one-on-one.
By Jokic. Jokic at the nail over Williams.
Fuck, man. Fuck! God damn. All this multiple bodies just around this nigga. Fuck!
That one happened on his 3-pointers during the postseason. He is a playoff riser. Jokic for the lead.
I've never seen a nigga get quadruple team as often as I'm seeing right now. Do y'all see the amount of defensive pressure surrounding Jokic? I mean, look at this. How else is he supposed to score when there's this much attention given to him? Oh my fucking God. The fucking gravity, the sheer shot, the tough shot making. Hold on, let's see. Oh, fuck. No way this nigga is going to be wide open. No way.
Teammate Lou Dort.
And we know the nigga missed this shot because he didn't make a single 3 the entire fucking game. Look, maybe we can get that shit off if it's 1967 hoops, but not 2025 hoops when we just watched the fucking game. No.
So, ideally, even if we can agree that's a subpar game by Jokic standards, he is impacting the game by sucking away 2 to 3 defenders.
We're very crazy because we just watched Jamal Murray. I'm not going to say suck in, but Jamal Murray occupy 2 defenders to give Jokic a wide open 3, and he still missed it. So we literally saw the opposite.
No one says superstars impact the game every game. That's
you gotta remember. Caruso was
saying that you can't have bad games is completely different. You gotta saying superstars always impact the game.
You gotta remember. Caruso.
LeBron James standard. That's what he's getting compared to.
Look,
he's being compared to LeBron James.
LeBron is
Jokic had a bad game and they won the game.
LeBron is in a tier by himself. Like when it comes to
Jokic was bad in Game 7 against the Clippers and they won.
Do you think the Joker was good earlier this season? They played against Detroit. He went 23-15. He had 7 turnovers in that game. Went 0 for 3 at the long ball line. Sure. And do you think he was good?
I can't remember that game.
I mean, I'm not gonna say he's bad.
Just so you know, they won that game. By the way.
So in game 3 against the Thunder.
So funny.
5 and 0 for 10 from 3 and had 8 turnovers. And the Nuggets won. 0 for 10 from 3.
Right.
With 8 turnovers. And the Nuggets won. You are telling me he played well.
No, that's a bad game. I'm not gonna tell you a lie.
So Jokic did not carry them to a game 7.
He did.
Majority of it he did. And I'm not
they won 3 games. One of them he played bad.
One of them.
Okay.
But I'm saying, look, in the last 3-4 years.
This is when like you say something that you didn't, and I've been stuck in this predicament before. This is when you say something mean you were being hyperbolic in the moment, and instead of just conceding it, you're like trying to like pivot into new terminology just so it doesn't seem like you're wrong. Brother, just you were wrong, move the fuck on. Because the more you try to dig yourself a deeper hole into this shit, the worse you sound. So you lose credibility every sentence along the way. Just take the L and move on.
Dude, you can't tell me.
I'm listening.
You can't tell me you fear another player more than Jokic.
But that's not peak LeBron. The last 3 or 4 years, peak LeBron was in the NBA.
I don't mean to like cut you short here, but like I'm pretty afraid of Draymond Green. Okay.
He had nobody.
The fear factor.
Random pen statement.
No, let him finish. Let him finish. Why are you afraid of Draymond Green?
I'm actually skipping this segment. Fuck.
With my 2 eyes, with my own 2 eyes, I've seen. I think Jokic is the best.
First thing I think about when I think about a quarterback, when he comes to the line of scrimmage, you know the first thing he's doing? He looking at that defense, and he's looking at who their guy is. Well, when you come out on the floor and you playing against the Golden State Warriors, the first person that you're looking for, the second person that you're looking for, the third person that you're looking for is Kyrie. That's the fucking dude that's the dude that we have to deal with. And to say that Joker can't play bad and they win, he had 16 points in game 7. They smoked the Clippers. 16 points, 15 rebounds, and they smoked them with no help. That's just not true.
I never said if he plays bad, they don't win.
Not true.
I never said if he plays bad, they don't win.
But you said that they don't have help. That's implying that if he does play bad, they don't win. This nigga, boy.
You said they got to a game 7 with no help. You said he got to a game 7 with no help.
Okay, let me take that back. He had help, but it's not as much help as any of these other teams.
How much help?
Okay, that's a better statement to be made. Okay, bro. The Warriors trying to get Josh Giddey.
Yo, bring that up one more time. See what happens, bro.
What's he need, by the way, to get to
he doesn't have enough help compared to any other team, compared to any LeBron team, compared to what the Thunder had, compared to what even the Clippers had. He has worse help around him compared to these other teams.
So just because you got more talent, does that mean that the team is better? And by the way, they did lose, by the way. And just because you got more talent, does that mean that the team is better? Because my team could be better even though you got more talent. And that's what you basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's all chemistry, you know, how the team meshes, how it fits. Sure.
Which would explain why the Rockets won the NBA championship in back-to-back years.
Well, I mean, I just think.
Go ahead.
I mean, I just look at a landscape of how NBA teams are constructed. I think nowadays it's changing a little bit more to having those 3-and-D players that are like kind of like the Indiana Pacers, kind of like the Oklahoma City Thunder. But like before this past year, you have to have like 2 or maybe 2-3 All-Stars to like get to the conference finals. And Jokic and Denver, Jamal Murray playoff.
Before this year, you said?
I would say so.
Okay. The irony behind it, because if that is the metric, then Curry literally did that. Curry won a championship without having to have 2 or 3 All-Stars.
Talk about it.
Even though when Milwaukee won the NBA championship, I don't think Drew Holiday made the All-Star team that year.
Middleton was All-Star. Drew Holiday, I'm pretty sure was All-Star. Drew Holiday, I'm pretty sure was All-Star.
Drew Holiday, I think, was an All-Star in 22, but
yeah, he made
they were All-Star caliber players. Can you name 10 players who played better than Jamal Murray in the 2023 playoffs?
No.
I mean, no, 2023. I mean, no.
Okay. But because he didn't make an All-Star team, that's your measure of help. Not ignoring how he actually played. Ignoring what he did in the playoffs. Ignoring that he played at a level that was clearly above an All-Star.
I meant this past year, not 2023.
But you said 23 Jokic was his peak, not 25.
Right.
You didn't say.
I have my list like 2 to 3 years.
I know. I know
23 to 9.
I know for a fact that peak LeBron and peak Jordan when they got clamped by Alex Caruso.
I mean, look, he was face guarding him. He had Chet and Hartenstein in the back.
No,
They were
Jason
leaving
Kidd.
Russ open. They
Jason
were leaving
Kidd
players
exists.
open.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Shout out
one
Russ.
thing where it's like the center.
JJ Barea.
Bro, this is the most nastiest. This is now we're the
Yeah,
nasty
right,
part.
right.
is doing it. And
JJ Barea?
Hey, Lo,
compared to
do
LeBron.
you agree with what Mars said about the Jamal Murray thing?
Name 10 players in the 23 postseason run that play better than Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
No, I think in 23 he was a top 10 playoff player.
Okay.
More ammo for real.
If I had to just like say it off the top of my head.
No, it's not MOKB. What's funny is that I've been here, and the fact that niggas is just getting here actually is grinding my gears right now. Because chat, I don't know if y'all remember, because I remember those days on Open Gym and on PC. Even when I would try to give Jamal Murray credit.
I guess no.
No. When I tried to give Jamal Murray credit about his play in the playoffs, do y'all remember what they would just tell me? Does anybody remember what they would tell me?
He's doing it because of Jokic?
Yeah. Y'all would still actually find a way to give that credit to Jokic. The main ones doing it were you, Mars, and especially KB. But
I still believe
now,
that.
I'm about to say, to this day, I still believe that.
No fact.
I still believe that.
Because if that's the case, why hasn't the nigga done it since?
Do you know that doesn't help your argument when he still plays with Nikola Jokic?
No. I'm asking you if he's that good.
But I'm asking you, how does that make your point when he still plays with Nikola Jokic and you're asking me he hasn't done it since?
I
would assume he's not that good. He just had
when he's off the floor, he can't do those things.
He had a really, really good He had a really, really great run, but I don't think that was who Jamal Murray actually was. And as we continue to move beyond that year, it seems to be that's the case.
Okay, but he still played to that level, that run.
No, I agree that run, but I don't think that's a.
So any other run doesn't matter. We're talking about that run.
Okay, fine. And why can't he do that when he's off the floor then?
Because he's a pick and roll player, so he requires a good pick and roll partner.
So he's a
beneficiary
of. He's okay. So he benefits from.
He would benefit. He would benefit from any good. I mean, the other centers, DeAndre Jordan. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
The other guard was Russell Westbrook this year, and Jokic still looks fine.
You said what? Obviously, Jokic is better than. Oh my God! What is this argument you're making right now?
That's all I know.
Russ was actually pretty good on Denver for the most part. So
I think he was too.
Yeah.
Who was the better player when Jokic was off the floor, Jamal or Russ?
Okay.
Well, Jordan, and there's a bunch of people when the Warriors won the NBA championship in 22 who scoffed at Andrew Wiggins making the All-Star team. By the way,
I mean that was
shouldn't have made
it. So. But because Jamal Murray is absolutely better than Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. Jamal Murray is absolutely better than Andrew Wiggins.
I'm gonna say this: LeBron, Jokic, Jordan. I don't think it's like a drastic thing. I think it's kind of. In the same
we
category.
we think it's a drastic thing. Yeah. I'll speak
I
for
don't
all of
think
us.
it's that drastic.
Yeah, I'll speak for all of us. Maybe not Penn. I don't know how Penn feels.
Yes,
So-
drastic.
Okay, I'll speak for all of us. We think it's a drastic thing. I just want to clarify. So the reason you think Jokic peaked higher than LeBron and Michael Jordan is because
I think we're just
fear
afraid
him.
to have that conversation.
No, we're not. We just. I mean, me personally, I just don't like having.
It's kind of like saying
Well-
pull up the top 12 list again, or top 13, whatever you guys said.
15.
Well, you just said it yourself.
Did you have Shea in there?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
13.
He's top 13.
Shay's
Right,
13.
Like you can argue he had a better peak than Chris Paul. Like if you take this past
We
year,
had that argument. We had that conversation yesterday.
I personally think Shay did peak higher than Chris Paul.
Yeah, you could absolutely
you
argue.
could-
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you can take some of the current players and it's like not afraid to put.
Could
them
you
in the
argue he
top
had a better
2
peak
to
than
3
Michael
players.
Jordan?
Who?
Okay.
Shea?
Yes.
But he's not.
No.
He's not Jokic. That's what I'm saying.
And Jokic is a
Your
Michael Jordan.
logic.
Oh man, this is nasty, dog. This is so fucking nasty.
Your logic with Jokic is based solely on that people feared him more. That's your logic.
Yes.
Do people fear
That's
Jokic
your
more than they feared Shaq?
No.
No.
That's
I'm asking him.
No, because I mean,
So who peaked
They
higher,
had-
Jokic or
no.
Shaq?
Shaq, apparently.
I'm asking him. Because your argument was that they
I
feared
would say Shaq.
Jokic more than Bron.
So he didn't have the highest peak ever. Oh fuck, bro. This is like this is like the definition of you said something that was just dumb.
Damn. So he has
So
Shaq over
and instead
Jokic
of
and Jokic over
he's saying
LeBron.
Shaq Shaq has to be number one peak. And then after Shaq, it would have to be Jokic and then Jordan and LeBron. I want to be very, very clear. The idiocy to sit here and say the reason why one peaked higher is because of fear level, the fear factor of it. Like, my nigga, what are you talking about? This is like where you just have to admit that you're wrong and like we can actually formulate a real opinion here. But you doubling down on it, and then like once somebody catches you in a ridiculous statement, that you're instead of you just admitting like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Now that you bring up Shaq, instead of you just saying that you're gonna just keep going with this logic of no, I guess Shaq actually was. Like just admit you were wrong and move on, bro.
So Shaq. LeBron and
okay, hold on.
Did we not? Did
I didn't really
top
see these
10
players.
list?
I didn't really see these players like actually.
Well, I did, Akil.
Oh my god! I didn't. Hey, let me let y'all into a secret that we all knew before you said, nigga. I didn't really watch these players. We know you didn't, my brother. We know you didn't. Because I'm be honest with you, I don't think niggas fear Jokic more than they fear LeBron or Jordan or Curry or Kobe. There's a lot of niggas who fear these niggas before Jokic.
What about Harden?
Shit, Harden might be up there, yeah.
In the regular season?
And Giannis.
That shit that Giannis.
Yeah.
That shit that Harden niggas is afraid. Never I vividly remember when that nigga Dame.
Luka.
Not Dame, Austin Rivers literally prayed to the heavens that nigga Dame missed the shot. I had never seen it in my life. I have never seen anybody do that for Jokic. Never.
I was watching games where Steph was throwing.
When Jokic is playing, yo.
Yeah, when Steph, bro.
When
Steph did in 2016.
There was a game in 23 where Steph gamed Houston with some insane high arcing three, and one of the assistant coaches literally almost fell out his chair, bro. I'm dead serious, bro. That nigga threw the ball up like 40 feet in the sky, and that shit just came down, bro. That nigga almost fell out his chair, bro. Bro, come on, what are we talking about, bro?
That shit that Curry and Clay were doing from like 2015 to 2017, especially when they were hot. Nigga, no.
Bro, Clay was more feared than Jokic. Let's really talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. If we talk about niggas who like get hot, bro, Clay was more feared, bro. Let's be real.
Shit, Kyrie. I'm sorry.
Shit, you might be right. You might be right. You want to be alone on an island with Kyrie?
I know.
LeBron play?
Yeah, of course. I think Jokic just had more production on the court. That's all I'm saying. I just think he just had more production.
Do you think teams feared 2023 Jokic more than 2018 LeBron?
See, that's where I'm having a trouble with. You guys always want to run to Miami.
Well, he said 2013. It was his take. That's why
no, for sure.
I followed his parameters. But this feels.
When I think of peak LeBron, I think 2018.
I think
it was nobody more scarier.
Didn't they call Jordan gods?
Like Jesus.
Yes.
Mars,
Black
the
Jesus.
Detroit
the
Pistons
team that beat
the
him.
defense to jump.
This nigga Mars makes a point. All he does is nigga just shakes his head. Yeah, nigga, that's what they were doing. There's a lot of fucking glazing and dick sucking, but I mean, I guess I'd rather that than what you're doing to Jokic right now.
Him.
So they feared Jokic more than God.
I'm
is
sorry.
Is that the assertion? They feared Jokic more than the Lord.
All right, I gotta get out of here, Mars. Mars has decided to just be fucking disgusting. So we gotta get out of here.
He said, wait,
hang on, we gotta turn that shit off. We gotta get that shit out of here, bro.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Yeah, we can.
That wasn't Michael Jordan, man. That was Jesus and sneakers, man.
We got it.
Those are teams that beat him, by the way. Teams that beat him said that. Crazy.
We gotta get out of here.
I was about to start screaming. They had a game plan to jump his ass, Moss.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here. The AD and Powell, I saw bits of that too, and I had to turn that off because Chill just got to yapping.
Hey, I guess.
Chill got to
Drink more water. Clearly wants to smoke. Okay, so really quickly, it was the last three guys. So the last three guys I had was Rodman, Anthony Davis, and Pau Gasol. And my first thought, and I
remember this song, man.
Mars, here's the thing, Mars. Here's the thing. I was thinking to myself, I think Dennis Rodman is a top 5 defensive player all time,
Yes,
which means that right there with
What?
He's
He
talking about
thinks
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis
Like one of the
Rodman
best.
is a top 5 defensive player of all time?
No, fuck that. He thinks he's better than Anthony Marshall. Oh my god.
No, but you have to just watch the video low. You can't. This is one of those videos where you low key can't pause too much. Like you just have to.
I'll just watch it.
with Tim Duncan, he's one of the 2 best power forward defenders ever. But the offense, that just doesn't work. No, so I can't put him in there. So now that leaves me with Anthony Davis and Pau Gasol. Okay, I think Anthony Davis is a much better defender than Pau Gasol. But I think offensively is where it gets tricky. I think that Pau Gasol is more versatile, and I think it translated more in the playoffs than it did with Anthony Davis.
But Dennis Rodman's clearly not as good of a player as Anthony Davis.
Dennis Rodman, chill.
Come on, man. When you're
Gasol translated more in the playoffs than Anthony
Did
Davis?
Anthony Davis?
That's a lie.
Yeah, when he was with Kobe Bryant, yes.
So Pau Gasol from 08 to 2010
was great.
was better in the playoffs than Anthony Davis from 2018 to 2020.
International included. International included.
International included.
International included.
No.
All right. What? I'm about to say, because Swiper just not being
Bro,
serious.
Swiper was disgusting. Look at his face.
Look at him.
Yes, I know.
Look at Swiper, bro. He's disgusting.
Swiper just not being serious. He's not being serious. I had to pause. I'm sorry. I had to pause it.
Look at him.
I had to make sure we were all on the same page. That nigga Swiper not being serious. He's not being serious.
Bro, and Chill's taking the bait. He's
He's
gonna
taking the
proceed.
bait.
You know what? I'm not gonna say what he says. Just play the video, bro. Listen to what he said.
All right, hold on, let me get this. Let me get my screen situated.
Chad, Chill be just bad, bro.
Chill just be saying shit.
Bless Chill.
Oh,
man.
wait. Why we
International included.
He was the FIBA player. He was the FIBA player of the year in back-to-back seasons. He was the FIBA player of the year in back-to-back seasons. That's a big deal.
International
That
included.
is a big deal.
Hey,
No.
he's the best player Spain ever produced and led them to multiple medals.
Swipe.
International included.
quiet.
Yeah, Manu Ginobili wasn't a top 10 shooting guard, I guess.
We need to get this on record again. Chill, you're telling me Pau Gasol from 08 to 10 was a better playoff performer than Anthony Davis from 18 to 20.
I think it's close, yes. And I think
Hey, Chill, tell him you never seen Anthony Davis do that to Kevin Garnett like Pau Gasol was doing.
and I
That's
think-
respect. It's a respectable conversation. Real talk.
Well, not only that. Not only that.
We have to stop like trying to make it like just to make people feel comfortable with their takes. That's not a respectable take. That's just not. It actually genuinely is not a respectable take. For those who don't know who AD was in the playoffs, bro, AD in the playoffs in this run that we're referencing. Oh, in fact, we didn't even go to 2015.
You know what, Mars? Thank you for saying that. The real agenda is to downplay Kobe, man.
29 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 55, 34.5, 84 shooting splits. And he was not playing. He only had 1 year where he's playing with someone who's better than him. Only one. And even then, during that 2020 run,
You could argue he was better.
you could argue who was even better in that run. Because that's how good AD was playing. That's how good AD was playing. Where it was debatable on a series to series, game to game, quarter to quarter basis who was actually better between LeBron and AD. That's how good he was. Pau Gasol, even on his best days, could not come close enough to competing with LeBron James in 2020. Not even in his fucking best days.
I think AD was shooting 80% at the rim in the bubble in the playoffs, bro. The series against the Rockets, he shot like 88. Mind you, no center, but still crazy. Or whatever that number was.
I think Kevin Durant, not Kevin Durant, I'm sorry. I think Kevin Garnett kicked his ass in the finals in 2008. I won't argue.
Did anyone ever kick AD like that? Did anyone do that to AD from 2018 to 2020?
Oh, let's say you
Warriors
limited.
did it.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think the Warriors did it. Yeah, the Warriors gave him the business. Yes.
Talk about it.
But
We gave that nigga work.
Shut KD. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Just so y'all know, in the Warriors series in 2015, AD averaged 31.5, 11, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 54% from the field.
This is 8. You said 18 or 15?
I'm going to go through all of them.
Oh. I think he played
in 2018 against the Warriors, he had 28, 15, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 48% from the field.
Sub 50 as a big.
Yeah. And then in 2023, again, KB didn't think I was going to do this. He must not know me.
Bad roster.
He must not know me.
He was on the better team. We're not moving.
21.5, 14.5, 3 assists, 2 blocks, a steal and a half, 58% from the field. And I say this so sincerely. So sincerely.
Wait, we gassed in 21 a game? That's what we do?
So sincerely. One of the best defensive performances I have ever witnessed in my lifetime.
You gassed it. I ain't gonna lie.
It's not one of the best?
I mean, like, if you're saying top 100, yeah, it's in there. I ain't gonna lie. It's in there. I don't know.
And on top of that, I think the redemption part we're leaving out. Because Pau Gasol did come back in 2010 and give them the business. 100% he outplayed.
And then what did AD do in the 2020 playoffs?
I think Anthony Davis was awesome in the 2020 playoffs.
Was that better than anything Pau Gasol did?
I think it's close. I do. I think in 2010, I think it's close. Yes, I think it's close. These two guys. I don't think that Pau Gasol.
Can you explain the Rodman one for me? Because I'm okay with Pau. The Rodman one is
okay. So with Dennis Rodman, I think he's arguably the best defensive power forward in NBA.
I include international. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that Dennis Rodman is arguably the best defensive power forward in NBA history. So Garnett? that right there, okay, Garnett.
Anthony Davis isn't far behind.
I said arguably. I think he's the best defensive power forward in NBA history. I don't think that there was, with the exception of Tim Duncan. We can talk about Garnett also. It's difficult for me to just put these guys clearly over him in terms of versatility, in terms of stopping plays as a rebounder, in terms of being a one-on-one defender, being able to guard in the post, being able to guard in the mid post, being able to rebound. That part right there of him being arguably the best defensive power forward in NBA history, that right there had me.
But he couldn't score to save his life like AD though. So I just want to offer that counterpoint.
That's what a step.
Pau Gasol couldn't score like AD.
Well, yes, he could. He could stretch the defense. He 100% could stretch the defense.
But who's the best scorer in your opinion? Anthony Davis or Pau Gasol?
Pau Gasol.
Thank you. You also think Pau Gasol is a better scorer than Anthony Davis?
I think he's a better scorer than Anthony Davis.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Based on what?
I think that his versatility on the perimeter. I think he's a better box player than Anthony Davis.
What? The version of Pau Gasol that you're referring to was not shooting threes.
I do.
I agree that he's a better post player. I do agree he's a better post player. But, like, that nigga is not a three-point shooter when he wasn't shooting threes. How many threes was Pau even shooting at that time? Especially in the playoffs. Let me go to total because I know this not that. Gasol. No way, chill. You gotta get the fuck out of here. This nigga in an entire regular season, 4 for 16 in 2008, 1 for 2 in 2009, 0 for 5 in 2010. Are we serious? Oh my word! All right, y'all saying let Mars cook. I'm gonna let Mars cook.
08 to 2010, Pau Gasol could shoot the three better than Anthony Davis.
Yes.
Oh my God! Oh no, chill. No, it's done. We gotta. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Chill, no, chill. You can't go out like this, my nigga. No, chill. Chill, man. Chill. No. Look at Swiper praying. He's like, oh, man, no. Oh, look at this. Look at Mars, Real Talk, and Swiper. Oh, man, this is disgusting.
I think the difference with you, Mars,
This will be another Joakim Noah moment.
I think the difference with you, Mars, is that you are. I think, Mars, the difference with you is that you looking at Anthony Davis in that mid range and how much further away he was than everybody else during that time.
He shot 23 threes in 3 seasons.
Okay, he still shot
Not
the
playoffs. He shot them.
Mars.
He shot 23 in 3 years. In the playoffs, he shot 3.
He shot the
3. He shot 1 3 on average in the playoffs a year.
But he still shot.
Shot the 3! No! Oh, man. Oh, no. No, chill. No, chill. No, man. No. Oh, no, chill. No. I'm saying it ain't so. Oh, no. Look at this nigga, Real Talk. That nigga watching his hero dwindle right before his eyes. Woo! 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 That nigga, Real Talk. Oh. That nigga's hand is like, no, not chill. Oh, this nigga is traumatized. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Hey, he shot 50% in 2010.
From 08 to 2010, regular season and postseason.
How many? Okay,
he shot 5 for 26.
And Davis.
In 3 years, he shot 5 for 26. How's that? What?
And Anthony
he
Davis,
never shot them.
And Anthony Davis in the playoffs. Let's see. Anthony Davis
in 2020 alone, he made more threes than Pau Gasol made in those 3 years.
Hold on. And Anthony Davis in the playoffs.
Oh, no. The fact that, look at Real Talk's hand is still on his head. You know, it's so nasty. I wouldn't even use 2020 AD as an example because it's such an outlier. But the fact that this nigga Chill is about to go there. He's about to be, he's going to have this surprise of a century. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I'm dead ass crying right now. Holy fuck.
1 for 1, 1 for 2, 2 for 4, 2 for 5, 0 for
From
3.
2018 to 2020,
I ain't
in
even
the
talking
playoffs.
because what you're bringing up is you're bringing up
2020. Anthony Davis shot 41% from three. He was 29 of 82. He made more threes than Pau Gasol shot in those 3 years.
Okay.
So Pau Gasol wasn't shooting three.
Real talk. Real talk.
What you're bringing up is you're bringing up
2020. Anthony Davis shot 41% from three. He was 29 of 82. He made more.
Oh my God, real talk. Nah, nigga. You are like dead ass flabbergasted that this nigga is just yapping. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So shot in those 3 years.
Okay.
So Pau Gasol wasn't shooting threes.
Because I'm thinking about him playing for Mike D'Antoni. So let's rewind, right? So let's take the threes
Well,
off
then
the
that's
table.
not peak. Okay, take the threes off the table, please.
Let's take the
Okay.
threes off the table. So let's get back to him. Your logic, I think you stuck on him shooting in the mid-range. That's where you're stuck on him at.
Well, no, I was stuck on the threes, but we've got off of that now.
We off of that. In 2020, particularly in the mid-range, that's what we're talking about. So let's discuss specifically my game offensively, right? Because you stay on buckets. I think he's a better passer than Anthony Davis. I think he's a better. I definitely think he's a better passer than Anthony Davis. I think he's a better face-up player than Anthony Davis. I think he's better with both hands than Anthony Davis. I think he's better around the rim than Anthony Davis.
Oh no, chill. You could have went to the post. Oh man. There is a very legitimate argument taking into consideration the era in which they played in that he actually is a better offensive player. I could hear that. The problem is the gap isn't so wide offensively that it makes up for the significant gap that there is defensively. That's the problem. I might lean more AD than Powell offensively, but there is without a post player. I actually do think Powell had a better face-up game and is a very clear better passer. Finishing around the rim, absolutely not. AD is like, just genuinely speaking, one of the best finishers at the rim, especially that power forward position that we've ever seen. So to say around the rim, no.
I definitely think within that offense, I think that he was better playing off of. I think they were better playing off of him than Anthony Davis ever was. Even in 2020, I think that in that triangle offense, they were better playing off of Pau Gasol than any of them teams that they were when dealing with Anthony Davis playing on the box. Not just playing on the box, but also not just playing on the box, but also playing in the mid post. I think Pau Gasol was better. 100% he was better. I think as a rebounder, I think it was close, but I'm giving the edge to Pau Gasol off the strength that Pau Gasol playing during that time. He was playing against guys like Kevin Garnett. He was dealing with guys like Kendrick Perkins and was holding his own. Anthony Davis on the other side, he's dealing with Nurkic and guys like that. I think that Pau Gasol was more skilled on the offensive end. I give Anthony Davis the edge defensively, no doubt about that. But I think Pau Gasol was more skilled as an offensive player. I think they played better off of him, and I think that stretch when they were in the NBA championship from 2008 to 2010, I think he was better.
Wait, Mars. Look, okay. Anthony Davis in 2018 to 2020, chill, was considered. But in 2018,
but that's just peak though. This is
wait. But that's what we're talking about.
No, we're not talking about that. Because the list. We're talking about the list.
I asked you about the list. Is about
this list specifically.
No, we're talking about the power forward list. The power forward.
Okay, the power forward. Okay, but even still, but chill. This is what I'm saying. Even still, I asked you about some specific years, and you still say what you said. So I'm going back to this, chill. 18 through 20. AD is almost consensus a top 5, 6 player, and then in 20 on many lists he's top 2 or 3 in the league, in the world, not just at the power forward position. You're telling me Pau Gasol from 08 to 10 was as good as Anthony Davis?
are we leaving out that year when Anthony Davis didn't play? So just them 2 years. So we.
But
even
the 2 years, he played 56 games in 2019.
He did. Yeah, he did play 56 games. Now, and we know why he sat down. I'm not. But you guys got it. I'll concede.
Shout out to Chill, man. Yeah, that's what the Jokic. That's what she did. Shout out to Chill. Shout out to Chill, man. Chill started to realize how big of a hole he was digging for himself. And before he jumped into that motherfucker, he said, I'm out. I'm out, Ron. Oh, man. Oof. All right. Good video. Oh, man, good video. Oh, fuck, man. All right. I've never seen. I think I might have. Shout out to Pablo. For those who may not be familiar with his work, one of the better journalists in the space, had a stretch of ESPN out doing his own independent thing now, and he's really bringing a lot of light to some of the questions that we've had throughout NBA history. And apparently he sat down with some people who were there when Wilt Chamberlain scored the 100 points, and they have a better depiction of what actually happened during that 100-point game.
At one point, they called a foul against Imhoff that Imhoff did not think was a foul.
And he started backing in, and I held my position, and Willie Smith called me for a foul, and I said, Willie, I'm allowed a position, and I said, why don't you give the guy 100 points? We'll all go home.
145 to 126. Darryl Imhoff fouled him. He has 83.
And the game took on, Darryl would call it a farce.
My word is a farce. It was a farce of a game. Elgin Baylor scored 60 points against us in the Garden. I mean, that was a legitimate, great performance. But it wasn't done the way that one was done. And that's what makes that a farce. I don't see it as one of the great games ever, and I think the 100-point game is totally out of context.
This is where I need to observe that everybody who's been trying to undermine Wilt's record by asking if it really happened has been asking the wrong question. Because what Darryl Imhoff is arguing here as one of the principles is not that the 100-point game never took place. What Darryl is arguing is that compared to other great performances, Wilt's 100 was abnormal and ultimately illegitimate, to the point of being, quote, a farce.
With 7.5 now, what the stakes were. The Knicks started not quite stalling, but sort of. Couple extra passes, then they start running a weave down court, taking the ball in 94 feet from the basket. The Warriors start committing fouls of the Knicks to get the ball back quicker, to get the ball to Wilt.
And cross-court to Butcher as they eat up as much time as they can. Butcher to the circle and fouled by Rodgers. Warriors figured the only way to combat the New York Storm was to come out and foul the backcourt men themselves.
If somebody walked into the arena,
Nah, I can't take Wilt Chamberlain serious no more. I can't. I can't take Wilt Chamberlain serious no more. You're telling me they were purposely fouling to get the ball back in this man's hand? That's the thing that blows me away. Yeah, I saw that too, Mars, where Wilt would block his own teammates' shots. He would grab their shots out of the air and tip it in so the points would count for him. I can't take Wilt Chamberlain serious anymore. Because I will say this. when I watch Giannis, I think to myself, I ain't gonna lie, if we didn't have video footage of Giannis, there would be a bunch of people saying that he didn't exist. Like a bunch of people. Like a lot of people would be like, y'all lying. And so because of that alone, I tend to believe a little bit more of what Wilt did or didn't do. But the more and more footage and information that comes out about Wilt, the more I start recognizing, you know what? Even if he put up the numbers, if they weren't impacting, what does it even fucking matter? Because I do believe, for example, a great example, if LeBron really wanted to, he could have averaged a triple-double. So could have Jason Kidd. So could have Magic Johnson. But they decided not to because they believe that there are better ways for them to impact the game beyond just racking up a bunch of assists. I think that Kobe, MJ, James Harden, Allen Iverson, if they really wanted to, they probably could average 40. But there was other things that were at stake instead of them just putting up enough shots to get to 40 points, right? So when it comes to the Wilt thing, I start to recognize a lot of things that would stop people from scoring these points. Wilt just had no shame to just go out and do it. To the point in which, again, like Mars said, and I've seen it, and if somebody has the video on in chat, I'll show it on the screen. Wilt would literally block his own teammate's shot, grab the ball out of the air, and tip it in himself so it would count for 2 points for him. That is ridiculous. And now we're learning that the 100-point game did happen that we will all believe is stat padding to get to the 100 points. And what's even worse, the thing that really, really bothers me is that there is this belief that only players in today's game, they only care about numbers and stat padding, and that's only in today's game. When we know for a fact, though, when David Robinson scored his 70, that right there was a setup game for him to score as many points as possible. And now we're learning the same thing about Wilt Chamberlain. This idea that they only do it in today's league, no, this is just a common thing throughout NBA history. If you don't have any shame or competitive integrity, this is what's going to happen.
And they see the Warriors fouling and the Knicks stalling, they're going to think the Knicks are ahead by 20, not the Warriors. Whether or not it became a farce is a serious question. When the structure of the game breaks down and the team that's 20 points behind is stalling, something's weird.
There's a moment, just in terms of recreating when people began to realize we're witnessing something that we'll be talking about forever. There's the moment where Bill Campbell, the play-by-play guy on the
What a night. Work this night down. Chamberlain on the line. Foul shot up in the air. He has 84. 146 to 126. If you know anybody not listening, call them up. A little history you're sitting in on tonight. Rebound looking Bill. Back to Ruckwick. Into Chamberlain. He made it. The most amazing scoring performance of all time. 100 points for the Big Dipper.
For those who want to know, this is the clip right here.
Wait.
Grabbing their shots out of the air and throwing them in them himself, bro.
Wait.
The audio is
This is the most unserious shit I've ever seen in my life. It's unserious. Like, look at this nigga. Look at him. Like, what are we doing? And so I always find it like so odd that like people who exist in a space who are trying to be like purist of the sport, and this is not like me knocking them, but at some point, as you are trying to preserve history, which I think is very admirable, so I don't want to make it seem as if like what they're doing is like, oh, like these niggas is lames. But I do like question, like at some point, like, are you gonna be serious about what you're watching? Like at some point, you got to be real about what you're watching. If you really did your due diligence, you did your homework, and you start seeing Wilt Chamberlain doing that, you didn't from that moment on, you didn't really start questioning what else niggas was doing at that point in time. You didn't do your due diligence to figure that out. Niggas is talking about how many he racked up so many different blocks and how many points he scored. And then it all resulted in like mid offenses. You didn't really ask yourself like, how is that possible? How was that possible? How is it possible? He didn't have good enough teammates. How do you know that? If his teammates are shooting a shot and this nigga is literally tipping the ball out of the air as they're shooting the shot so he can get the ball and score 2 points, how the fuck do you know if his teams are good or not? So, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. What Mars said, turn on a video of my father on Player's Choice. He's a legend. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
That's not Mars. That's not Mars.
Oh, that's not Mars?
Nigga's name is
Mars Offspring. Someone on YouTube,
never mind. Respect them.
Someone on YouTube said, yeah, I wish there were clips. What? Okay.
Bro, I heard enough about, bro. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that.
Zadok put another.
Hey, Lo, you want a 35-minute reaction of what happened yesterday?
About what?
Nigga, last night.
What? Contact?
No. Whoa, that did sound crazy.
That sounded a little.
Nah, that was sounding crazy.
Is it Dre and Urkel?
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, I missed out.
Why NBA ratings will go up? I'm gonna be honest with you. The dildos before we get out of here.
What?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You lagged, so it just went from, it said from I'm gonna be honest to dildos. So like I don't know.
I said we gotta talk about the dildos, but when this video is about why the NBA ratings will go up, I don't know if it's gonna be a good video or not, but the NBA ratings will more than likely go down because there's just more. There's just more like streaming services you have to be subscribed to watch it.
And also the other things on the rise, the alternative,
Yeah.
Allegedly. It's because of the streaming services too.
And to everybody who asking, yeah, I'm gonna figure out what's going on with my this internet shit. Like I'm gonna have to like, even if I have to go like return this shit and then go buy a 200-foot Ethernet cord, I'm gonna test that out as well. Because
are you on cable? Is it cable or?
What I'm doing right now is I have it connected from the what is it called?
The modem?
No, I have the modem upstairs and I have a Wi-Fi extender plugged in downstairs. But the Wi-Fi extender has an Ethernet cord in that. And so I'm getting the Wi-Fi, and I'm getting the internet not directly through the modem, but directly from the Wi-Fi extender.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna have to someone in the chat saying goaltending was a rule back then. Fuck, my nigga. Like, y'all have to think for yourself. Showtime 66 says, wow, you guys just hating. That shit is literally the play North Carolina State won versus Houston with. If you think Wilt pluck those shots out, they were short and it was a rebound. One of the shots that we saw literally hit the rim before he... What are you talking about? Then you said goaltending was a rule back then. defensive goaltending, but offensive interference was not a rule until later on in the 60s. If I'm not mistaken.
Whoa.
I don't know, but I don't. Hypothetically speaking, even if let's say it was like we literally see what we like. What are y'all? Someone saying that it was. Y'all think that was planned? Okay, we might.
What was planned?
Wait, what was planned?
I'm confused.
He's saying that someone planned the idea of them to take the shot and then go short on the shot so Wilt can jump in the air, grab it, and dunk the ball.
Isn't that called a lob?
I'm assuming that's what they're saying.
My brain hurts right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. I'm gonna be honest with you. All I know is, bro, as a nigga who's apparently the best athlete we've ever seen, ran a 4.4, had a 50-inch vertical. His heels were above the rim, as they said back in the day. Having game shooting, like just go look at his game block shot. There's games where that nigga's shooting like sub 44, where he is like 18 of 50.
There's also what the fuck is this?
Shein? Isn't Shein an online store?
Yeah, but they opened it up here in Atlanta.
Oh wow.
But they opened one in Mississauga. Oh, they've been opened one in Mississauga actually. I've never been inside of it though.
What?
There's no way. Bro. Tap this with each
What is goddamn shit? Oh my god.
You can save £50.
This is what she is doing to the folks.
For a family of 4.
Oh my god.
What?
That's the lineup for Shein?
Bro, that's ridiculous.
To be fair, their clothes are like dirt cheap, though. Like a pair of pants is like $6, something crazy. I don't even know.
Yeah, they're from China.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap, bro.
It's a big like online website. Like
that's what I was thinking though.
But
I thought the appeal was big online.
I swear their quality is
but
so
now they're rushing out to be physical.
Their quality is so bad though.
That's
like what I heard.
I'll be honest with you, there's not a thing that they do.
Child labor.
That warrants that fair.
Joe Johnson said, Chill said Joe Johnson was the #1 option on the 2018 Utah Jazz. No, he didn't. Y'all niggas just be saying shit, bro. I gotta stop, bro.
Chat 1 minute, bro. 1 minute till Gunna's album, man.
All right.
Let me the last one. Okay.
Let me get this out the way and then we can wrap it up, chat. We got to talk about the dildo conspiracy, dog.
Wrap it up, dildos. Interesting.
Dildos, man. Straight.
Nigga, why
dildos.
did you get into the mic saying that?
It's a serious conversation, man.
Let's talk about these dildos, man.
Y'all seen
also,
how they took...
chat, they changed the rule on YouTube so I can say crazy stuff in the beginning of the video.
But not at the end? Or in the middle?
You can say it whenever you want to.
Third quarter, this guy had 3 quick turnovers.
Oh!
Oh shit, chat.
Turnovers.
Chat, it's time. Alright, look, I'm gonna catch up.
Out of 10-0 start.
How did they be bringing that into the arena, bro?
3 quick.
Another dildo made its way on the floor, and this has been like an ongoing issue in the WNBA. I think I typed in, there it is, dildo right there in my research.
They be sneaking it up they coochie.
Actually, before I scroll down on this, I probably should type in WNBA.
Or if it's a man, probably they bussy.
So that was tonight. Here's the other dildo that got thrown on the floor.
Came onto the floor.
Oh, look out. Something just came onto.
What did you say?
Got an object.
An object. And then the
Okay.
first one was, it was in Atlanta. They zoomed in on it and everything. That was the first one. If we find it, we'll put it in post. I think here it is.
Hayes gets blocked by Maya Caldwell.
Good
Something
block.
flies on the court, actually, from the crowd. The officials will say they will continue play as that goes off the bounces and it goes to the sideline. It comes, that green thing bounces.
Oh!
Type of activity.
That's a
That's-
car.
Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, and no one's picked the object up yet. You guys, oh my gosh, okay.
Why the cameraman zoom in?
So
Trying to identify the object.
Apparently, the person who threw it has allegedly
Is that the guy from Stranger Things? Is that the guy from Stranger Things?
Nigga, that's Gibby.
Yeah, it's the right. Is that the guy from?
I'm not sure, but apparently he got caught, and there it is right there. How much of this I can actually show in the video, who knows? But it
Well,
is
shit,
what it
nigga,
is.
you already showing the object.
Yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, they're saying yeah. Of course it was a man. You know what's so funny? I don't know if it's a woman or not. Yeah, let's be honest with ourselves.
So it's confirmed.
We don't know if it's a woman. Let me just say this very quickly and briefly because I feel like a lot of people do not comprehend what exactly is going on here. This is like a massive safety concern, not just because not because what y'all think like, oh, somebody might get hurt because a dildo is getting thrown at their face. It's because there's somehow, some way, yes, it's a massive one, yes, because somehow, some way, someone is able to sneak in an object the size of a dildo in a WNBA game. If you have the capability of sneaking in a dildo that size into a WNBA game, that means that there's something else you could also sneak into the game as well. That's why it's a massive security problem, because that means that they're not searching well enough to get them from point A to point B. That's why. So let's acknowledge that as number one. If you are able to find a way to get that size of a dildo through security, regardless of how he's doing it, maybe sticking it up his butt. He probably is sticking it in his ass, right? But if he's just like keeping it in his pocket or some shit like that, that right there would be wild. That would be wild. And the more and more I think about it, I'm trying to remember when I went to a WNBA game. Not the one that was at the State Farm Arena, because there was security in that one. But in the one where it was a College Park Arena, I can't remember how well the security was, but I don't remember the security being as extensive as it was at the State Farm Arena game when I went to with Caitlin Clark. However, that is a massive security problem. That's a massive security problem. So that's one. Two, and I can't believe I had to explain this to people, but that is sexual harassment. There was and I applaud him for being at least open enough to the idea that it could be sexual harassment. But people not understanding that bringing a sexual object and harassing people with said sexual object is literally sexual harassment. That is the definition of sexual harassment. That's what that is. So it's not just that it is a security concern, but it's sexual harassment on top of that. And I find it even crazier that we will sit up here all day, every day, and make it seem as if like there aren't things that women have to go through that men don't have to go through. I have never once in my life seen a man have to deal with a dildo being thrown at a professional game. I've never, or a pocket pussy or whatever it is. Never. If it happened once, I chuckles here and there laughing. But now it's becoming an ongoing theme to the point in which, and shout out to 2 for 1, where people are betting on the next color of the dildo, meaning that it's going to continue to happen. It's going to continue to happen. So I don't understand how not only just continuing, but the disconnect with people. I just don't understand. I just genuinely do not understand. And I'll play the let me play that video, that 2 for 1. Oh. Hold on. I gotta go back. Is it that bad? It's that cringe? No, if it's that cringe, it's gonna be hard to. Man, that's tough. If it's that cringe, I ain't gonna lie. Because to be fair, I've not heard what you about to send in here. So, bro, if this is cringe, I ain't gonna lie. Jesus.
We kind of happy that like this seems like it's gonna break the mainstream, right? And then like we get to create the next wave of controversy. Because to me, like, I want to move away from being so disruptive, but we have to do this so that people know what the fuck we are and like what we're doing, right? And like you get to pitch the mission, you get a stage that, you know, you get to go and actually explain, yo, this is what's up, this is the movement. And then you get to have like a little more fun with it. So I feel like it's like a big first step to like something like fucking great. I'm super excited.
Like scaling from here is going to be crazy.
Yeah, like this is like literally the tip of the dildo.
The dildo, I love it.
This is like, yeah.
Are they claiming that? I ain't gonna lie, bro. 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 I ain't gonna lie. Are they claiming that they're doing this on purpose to bring awareness to their cryptocurrency? First of all, anybody still getting scammed by crypto in 2025, respectfully, my nigga, I don't like you are meant to get scammed. You're meant to get scammed. You're meant to get scammed on some real shit. You're just meant to get scammed. And then not only on top of that, if you're still getting scammed by cryptocurrency, allowing them to use random people throwing dildos and then them being able to leverage that as what they're doing internally to get people more involved is crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I like play I've been involved with where I'm like, I think this could be a household name. You know what I mean?
Down the shaft, all the way to the balls. They'll get the full picture as they ride with us. Ride the shaft.
Okay, I can't. We're not gonna be able to. I'm sorry. We're not gonna be able to. We're not gonna be able to take that serious enough for me to even keep watching that. We're just not. We're not. Look, at the end of the day, I don't know how else to like explain this to people, but brother, like this is harassment every day of the week. People even denying that is kind of crazy to me. Questioning it is also kind of crazy. I just don't comprehend why you all don't see that. It's a security issue. Maybe once I can see how it's maybe funny, but we're now at a point where y'all are planning on doing this literally every single week. No, my nigga. No. And then some of y'all will sit here and be in denial about what or who was doing XYZ and what women may. No, bro. No. Absolutely not. Dildos being thrown on the floor is just unacceptable. And I cannot even imagine a world where people are even trying to comprehend that being okay. That shit has to stop. And more importantly, bro, the security people need to figure out a way to prevent someone from bringing in an 8-inch rubber penis into the arena. That's ridiculous. If you're a security and you have no way to prevent a rubber penis from being, you do not need to keep your job. And that's some real shit. That is some real shit. That's some real shit. Because if you can somehow bring in 8 inches, like Zaydog said, 8 inches with girth into an arena, you can without a doubt bring in something that is much more harmful. Way more harmful. Way more harmful.
Did you say with girth?
Those are not thin. I love it when niggas like look at dildos and tell themselves, my penis.
Hey, y'all some size queens in the chat, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like y'all niggas have to stop. Y'all have to stop acting as if like y'all penis is the size of those dildos. Like, come on, like let's be honest with us.
I mean,
Oh, there go Terrence. Oh.
and L-Dog's Nigerian. You know what they say about them niggas.
Okay. All right. This is a little
Of course, big dick Terrence, bro.
Okay. All right.
My the size of my penis is the same.
All right.
You're right, Terrence. You got it. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No way.
You're right, Terrence. You're right. Look at this nigga real talk. Clip it! This nigga gets so upset that he's the only nigga that gets clipped. This nigga is so upset. Yeah, but in all seriousness though, we have to be very real about what's going on. Very, very real. Check your messages on what? On Twitter? What am I checking my messages on? No, Tevo said check your messages.
Wait, mine? Oh, he's talking to you. Never mind.
Oh, this nigga said I got proof. Okay.
Proof of what? Actually, I don't want to know.
I dare a nigga send me a dick pic. Pause. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, that's clip, buddy.
That sound crazy.
Nah, don't worry, man. Don't you worry.
That sound crazy.
You see all the time less than enough. Don't you worry, man.
But on that note, Jay, that shit is corny. That shit is lame. All joking aside, that shit is corny and lame. That's lame as fuck. Come to an arena with a dildo and start throwing that shit on the floor. You're a loser ass nigga. You're a lame as fuck nigga. You're weird. You're weird as fuck.
You're an attention whore.
Yeah, dead ass attention whore. You're lame as fuck, my nigga. You're lame.
Go outside.
And on some real shit, more niggas need to just call out lame ass niggas like that on some real shit. You're a lame fucking weirdo ass nigga. You're lame.
Oh wow. He does look lame.
Yeah, the nigga actually who did throw he threw it looks lame. That nigga look lame. On that note, chat, also doing that shit when there's like children in the arena is also, you're weird as fuck. You're weird.
Yeah, that's worse than Lizzo shaking her big fat funky ass.
Which is so crazy, right? Because
that Lakers game,
Lizzo did that shit. A bunch of men who just hate women. Oh my goodness! How dare you! Oh, there's children around. Now all of a sudden dildos are thrown around. Ha! It's funny. Let's put money on what's the next color dildo is going to be. You niggas don't give a fuck about children, bro. You just hate women.
Hey, what Michael Jordan say, bro?
They buy shoes too.
Jeez.
I don't.
Also, is a new Battlefield coming out soon?
The beta's right now.
Somebody gave me some codes to play the beta.
Yeah, man, I'm playing it right now.
I didn't know if it was real or not, though.
It's real, yeah. It's actually pretty good. Allegedly. Lizzo was.
Yeah.
Castro. Madden. I'll be serious.
Okay. All right, chat.
Gunna is so close, KD.
We're going to skedaddle. I'm going to... Because if this shit's really not working, I'm just gonna go return the extender and get me an actual. I'm gonna return the extender and just give me a longer Ethernet cord.
Get you a 200 foot one, you know?
Yeah, I might have just give me a super duper long one. And I'm probably gonna do that. Ask the landlord to then see if they'll allow me to put an Ethernet port down here, because that right there would just make way more sense. And we just do it that way. And hopefully, before the beginning of the season, I'll have really great internet. Also, shout out to Flight. Happy birthday to Flight.
Who?
Flight.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's 30.
He's 30?
He's 30.
I'm getting there. My son. Getting there.
Yeah, can't relate, man. Y'all niggas old.
Nigga, aren't you like 25?
Yeah.
So, what?
All right. We'll see y'all later, bro. We'll see y'all later.
30 still young? Who's